Hello, all of you wonderful beings out there, and welcome to the stream. I am Razim, and this is Ascent to Ascend Pathfinder, Season 4, Episode 13, Rosalia's Demise.
The actual title now?
Okay, the actual title is Carrion Call. We're going to begin, as always, with introductions, beginning with the pedantic DM or storyteller himself, Taldarius.
Hello, I am Taldarius, and I will be the storyteller for Ascent to Ascend Pathfinder. Guard.
I am Tochemay, and I am playing Gar, the barbarian. Rar.
Hello everyone, I am Kemo. I am playing the proto-wraith. I'm playing
Kerr.
Kemo. Yes.
Okay, you're sounding better now.
Okay, sorry. I am Kerr. I am playing Kemo, the proto-wraith soul weaver. This.
I am Zim, and I am playing as the Marten twins, the psionic incanters is the term. They are sentient feral Martens. Their names this time are Bobcat and Caterpillar.
So much they're apparently now construction work.
I get it now.
What?
Those
Are you
are
Marty?
brands of
Equipment.
tractors.
Okay, yeah, no,
Yeah, tractors, heavy equipment, yeah.
gotcha. I just thought you were about to timberism that. Anyways, I am the Fox Bard. I play Moriarty McCann, the Fox Bard. And if you're listening to this, it means that I've deceased.
Temporarily.
All right,
Yeah,
guys,
listen to
pouring
this,
up
means
the
I'm dead.
Moriarty. Everyone at once, pour the booze. 1, 2, 3. Pouring one out for my homie. That should wake him up.
Bestowal.
Tanya Sapien tip $10. I am Rose the Necromancer played by Tanya. Insert clever phrase here. Also update the donation goal, Zim.
Yes, I forgot. Oops.
You cheeky.
I'm not paying you not to work, Zim.
There, been fixed.
I'm sorry, what?
By the way, thank you so much for that tip and completion of the first tier of the tip goal.
Who's being experimented on? Hold on.
Rose suddenly sweating now that she remembers she has an experimental piece of equipment touched by, a certain undead dwarf.
Hey, it's fine.
This is what you get for seeking knowledge.
All right, and
I
the
sought
last
power
of our
and power.
wonderful group.
I sought power and it betrayed me.
Timber.
Oh, it's my turn? Alright, hello, I'm Temple. I'm playing Templedore Jägermeister von Glorious Borkenborg Wolfenstein. I'm a big boy, I'm a wolven, I'm a paladin, and the captain of the crew.
It can't only be me that heard ooh-woo at the end of that.
Ooh.
Ooh,
All right.
Ooh,
and-
ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh.
Do not I cannot heal this heresy due to my imperial grade tinnitus.
Anyways, time for the recap. Timber?
Alright, so, previous episode. The Martens built a new road. Rose, made yet another heretical construct. And I'm going to freaking... I'm gonna be hung from the tower of whatever because I was idiotic enough to accept responsibility for this crew. Anyways, I trained the kids how to stab stuff. I gave them new weapons. And, what else? I taught Grug how to polish the ball, and he was like, maybe ball can be sharp. He's onto something. That kid's going somewhere. You should be so proud of him, Kemo. This guy's a freaking genius. Anyways, the Martens made a new road. Oh, and he helped somebody break into their own house. I'm sure that was okay. Nothing bad can happen from that. I'm pretty sure that nobody's night was ruined because of you. Anyways, okay. And then me, Rose, Gore, and Moriarty were like, hey, let's go somewhere. And then we went to Adric's Rest or something. And I told the boys to make sure that the conscripts don't stab each other. And I made sure that Buddhist is in charge and inform anybody that showed up would be like, hey, they went that way. And you want to go find them, go that way. Buddhist is such a good boy. Definitely the Kaiser's finest. He's gonna be a Jägermeister someday, unless he dies. Oh, so anyways, I was marching along, pulling the wagon. Everyone's sitting in the wagon or flying. And then we get to Adric's Rest. I decided to cool my heels. Rose sent her army of rats out to go plunder the corpses of all the dead people. And then they came back with stuff. And then I decided, well, since I'm the captain, I'll go on Force Watch. And then I was looking around. I saw some crows, but whatever, that wasn't super dangerous. Anyways, I went to sleep, and then I woke up. Rose apparently got her ass kicked by a crow. But I didn't know this at the time. All they did was wake up Temple, so I wake up, Rose is screaming, they're pointing at the tree. I killed the fucking tree! And well, I guess that scared the bones away, so Imperial victory! 0 casualties.
Not to mention that the tree almost fell right back onto the camp and Timber had to catch it.
Oh, yeah. It's fine. I chopped down the tree with my sword like a badass. And it started to land into the thing. So I made sure to get my leg and my arm and my cord in. And oh my god, this is so... Move, Rose! Move! Okay, I can drop it.
It's too bad Timber doesn't know proper wood cutting techniques.
I hate lumberjacks because every time I go up to them, they're calling for me. They tried to drop a tree on me. But it's okay. No tree can crush me. Unless the Kaiser wants me to get crushed by a tree, then I will be crushed by a tree.
Do you want to get crushed by a tree, Timber?
Only if the Kaiser wrote that down in the law. If that's how my story ends, that's how my story ends. I die by a tree.
If
Do
that's
you
my
want to be a
story's
flat
lore.
man? Timber, do you want to be a flat man?
Only if the Kaiserun wishes. Till then, I
So-
will resist.
Does anyone have anything else they want to add into the recap?
Rose almost got squished by the falling tree because she was remote operating the whole reason that she can fly is because of the abomination that Timber mentioned. I now have a zombie backpack, a mud crab wing thing. No, I will not give a better description. Anyways, she was remote controlling that, which meant that she had to be meditating, which meant she didn't even see the tree that was about to fall on her. And Moriarty was horrified and jumped to her defense to protect his beloved.
Of course he did. He needs to protect her. They're in love.
Oh, it's no problem, Rose. You didn't even have to deal with it. I dealt with it the entire time. I caused the problem. I stopped the problem. So, was it really a problem?
Yes. But yes,
All right,
currently
next time a tree's falling, I'll make sure not to catch it.
Currently, zombie crab backpack is patrolling the skies, looking for where all these freaking birds are coming from.
Bird, kill it.
Alright.
It's evil.
One last thing that absolutely needs to be included in this recap is the fact that there is now a Marten Way.
Yes, Marten Way.
There's a Marten Way. Oh, the Martens doxed me. And then he brain fucked Elvis.
What?
Essentially.
He stole all of Elvis's porn and marriage things.
Oh yes, they copied a lot of marriage rituals from a pervy guy.
Basically Elvis. He was the love guru. Of course he had files of heresy. Everyone knows if you really love somebody, you bonk them over the head and make puppies. At least that's how I did it. Well, that's how it happened to me, but anyways.
What?
Okay, moving on. Let's get this going.
Moving on. All right, yeah. So, I will say that if Rose wants to roll me a perception check to see where the all these crows are coming from, you can definitely do that.
All right, and this is getting the +4 for Svefenthorin's eyes.
Yep.
Okay. Does a 34
that
succeed?
Almost was a 2. That was almost a 2.
So, you notice that despite them coming from one direction, out in the distance, you can barely see them coming in from a different angle before banking in and approaching from that angle. And if your math is right, it appears like they're coming from the actual direction of the Tomb of Adric.
I'm going to relay this to Timber in the most official phrasing possible. I'm going to go full ATC with this.
Timber.
Yeah? I thought she was going to continue with stuff. I was listening.
Source of incoming hostiles has been located. It appears they are emerging from the tomb.
How far away from the tomb?
So you camped out outside of the town of
Yeah.
Adric's Rest, and in order to get to the tomb, it's a good hour to walk or march, depending.
Alrighty, let's stomp out this file. Continue mission.
Are we still currently being surveilled by the crows?
Yeah, they found the next closest tree and are all sitting on various branches of that tree.
Okay, so
It's
since
no
I had
longer
actually,
right next to your camp.
since Rose had cut her hand earlier, she's going to take some of that blood. She's going to make a small note on her palm in Celestial and hold it up so that only Timber can see. She's asking, how much gunpowder can you spare? She's not saying this out loud. I'm hoping that Timber would pick up on this trying to be a covert thing.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, Boo just has all the gunpowder. Timbo has cannonballs, but he has no powder.
And Brutus is back on the ship, isn't he?
Yep.
I'm sorry, Rosalia. I need to roll that back real quick. Are you entrusting Timber in being secretive?
Yeah, I know. I just don't want the crows to be able to overhear me or read my lips. Why make it easy for them?
The crows will look, they can see Timble take off his rock, look into it, shake his head no.
Timber doesn't question this out loud in an angry voice. Timber is not curious as to why we are forcing him to read.
Rose's ears are just gonna go flat, and she's gonna go, "I'm disappointed in you."
Guys, hold on a second. Hold on a second.
Oh my god.
I'm guessing that's a decent roll for realizing what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, Timber will read, think for a moment. It's like the sound of a truck trying to start a diesel truck in the winter. And then he realizes, oh, we're being clandestine. So yeah, Temple looks in his rock and just shakes his head no.
That's unfortunate.
Well, everyone get a decent nap.
Oh, as decent as I could after getting hit in the face.
What happened?
There was another bird. It was glowing. It decided it wanted to glow much brighter, much closer.
Hey, GM, does that ring any bells to Timble? Has he seen this before?
You know what? Go ahead and roll me another wisdom check.
Wisdom? Okay.
They were made in a bomb factory. They're bombs.
They're bombs. Nope.
They were made in a bomb factory. They're bombs.
Oh, hold on a second. Exploding crows, huh? They're probably made in a bomb factory. Those heretics. Yeah, it definitely sounds like gunpowder. With a fuse in his butt.
Rose
long
is just
fuse. Yeah,
Rose is just muzzle palming and then
Tippo's like going through. God, if only there was the Marten there to read the mental images, but Tippo's already got this whole conspiracy theory of this zombie crow with a stick of dynamite in it, and this got this long ass fuse that's like 3 feet long as it's flying to the target. Makes sense to me.
Yeah,
It's
Rose
so
is
devious.
just going to muzzle palm, go over to where the dead birds are at. How many are intact enough to attempt to reanimate them?
Okay, so a lot of them have, either been kind of like ripped apart by your bone rattles or have a bolt through them. The ones that have bolts through them, there's a handful of them, and those are definitely salvageable. The others are kind of like crumbling messes.
Got it.
Hey, Billy, nice shot. You got this one right through the eye. I don't know if you recognize anything I'm saying, Billy, but Temple like gives him a little medal. One of those purity seals. You deserve that. That's a good shot.
It doesn't do anything, but it does stick on one of his rib bones quite nicely.
Well, Billy, I don't know if you understand what I'm saying, but you're okay for a zombie skeleton.
I was gonna say Timber places purity seal on undead. Undead starts screaming incoherently.
That should protect.
I
you
was
from
very
undead
tempted,
stuff.
but no.
Yeah.
Hey, tell Darius.
Maybe if it was made by a freaking cleric, but Temple's not the best at religion.
Tell Darius, is it possible? Is it possible to use the advanced fleshcraft feat wings to add more wing to something that already has wing for a speed boost?
Okay, so specifically about how your advanced fleshcraft works when it comes to adding on shit. What was the exact wording here? I'm gonna pull it up just so that way, So yeah, it grows a pair of wings, gaining a flight speed of 60 with good maneuverability. The way that works is the best flight speed and the best maneuverability take hold.
So it doesn't like add on top of it. Because I'm already planning on raising them as... I plan on raising the birds as fast zombies. If I then stacked wings on top of that... I am attempting to make guided missiles, so, I mean...
No, Rose, you can't make antediluvian crows.
I will make what I want to make, and you can't stop me.
Rose, I used to hunt people like you. Please stop making this hard.
I promise nothing. I'm raising the crows.
I used to hunt people like you.
Okay, I'm going to be raising 4 crows as fast zombies with necrotic bomb.
Alright, fast zombies with the necrotic bomb, 4 crows.
Casuan, forgive me.
A very quick, very important interruption here. Kerr, I love you.
I love you too.
By the way, Kerr, this actually does bring me to something. Do you want to be with the rest of the party?
I figured it would show up, yeah, eventually.
All right, so you don't want to be with them like right now, but you want to be like following them out, basically.
Yes, we have to have a dramatic, heroic entrance.
All right.
As always.
Is Kemo aware of what Moriarty's done?
Probably not, no.
Okay.
Hey, Cole, it's okay. All you need to do is follow the big, heavy footprints and the wagon wheels.
Like I said, I was gone for just a little while. What the hell did you guys do?
Buddhist would just point.
Like I said, Kemo, you really
went
need to
that
stop
way.
going on brooding breaks.
So he's just now showing up?
No, he's got to be in a bit.
Okay. Let's say, because... what was it that Timber had said? Right when she was raising the birds?
I used to hunt people like you. Stop making this any more difficult than it has to be.
Timber, you have to realize that I'm doing this to assist you. Any port in a storm. She's saying this while she's stuffing the birds into the backpack.
Would you like some help?
I'm just storing the birds. By the way, she is putting them in the bag of holding, so the weight won't affect her.
Yeah.
They're undead, so it's not like they need to breathe. And I did
is true.
deduct 8 from my command pool. I only have 4 points worth of command pool left. I'm at capacity for minions.
Also, I know you're just grabbing the birds. I'm just offering to help you grab more of them.
Someone's gonna bury the camp.
Yeah, fuck it, I'll make 2 more. So it's 6 in total.
Tim-
And that's my command pool
Timbo's gonna-
expended. Sorry.
It's okay. Yeah, Timber's just gonna bury the campfire.
You
and then he's
bury
gonna
the
grab
campfire.
wagon
It is
and then start marching towards Adric's Keep or whatever it's called.
Tomb of Adric.
Tomb of Adric, yeah.
Yeah. So there's 2 important points here. So there's the tomb, which is the actual pilgrimage site. And then there's Adric's Rest, which is the town like an hour or 2 away that pilgrims stop by and stay there for the night, get food, get supplies, shit like that. Make
Yeah.
tithe donations.
Like a pit stop.
Yeah. So, generally pilgrims will go to Relago, take the road out to Adric's Rest, generally stay the night or stock up on more supplies, and then head to the tomb.
Well, at least we took a nap.
Yep. If you did have wounds on you, except for people who were on the last watch, which is Rose and Moriarty, you can go ahead and remove some wounds. But I think everyone was
Okay.
very much so already fine, except for those 2.
Yeah, I took a bird to the face. And then I took birds.
Yeah.
I now
you
have
took a wolf down to the face.
I now have 6 angry birds
not
ready to
now.
fire.
Yeah,
So
Timber's
I
just gonna start
basically
marching.
I have made a predator drone because I will be able to fire missiles from the drone that'll be flying overhead.
Now all we need is a giant slingshot.
So as Timber begins marching, I'm going to be in the air with Svefenthorn, and I'll be having the flying rat swarm in a defensive pattern around me.
All right.
I'm just keeping my eyes peeled for any threats.
happens. Nothing eventful happens along the way, although all of you are able to very easily spot nearby, entire groups of crows that just seem to be watching you.
Here we go again. Same old shit again. Marching down the avenue. 7 more months and I'll be dead.
7.
6.
Bold of you to assume you
5.
last that long.
I was gonna say, that's a level of specificity I haven't heard from Timber yet. I'll get out the calendar.
But yes, the
Wait, no, 7 more
road
months
there
and I'll
is
be
very
screwed.
uneventful.
There we go. That rhymes battle.
Around about
And
the
you guys
halfway.
all
At
yeah, go
around
ahead.
about the halfway point when it doesn't seem like anything interesting is going on, Rose is going to swoop down, bail out, and send Thorn back up into the air. So she's going to be walking alongside Moriarty.
Have you ever considered
you guys
being a
have the
druid?
Why would I want to be a druid?
Well, you already surround yourself with animals.
These are dead animals.
Right, so if you were a druid, they'd be alive, which means you could use them until they are dead.
If they were alive, I don't think they would consent to being cut open and stitched back together again.
Oh, they're animals, they don't know that.
Your morality is just all over the place, isn't it?
What do you mean? Animals are beasts. They don't think like us.
As I'm watching, you just hear Temple's stomach growling.
Casually moving so that she's not upwind of Timber anymore.
All right, Tadarius, you were trying to say something before.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that as you approach the tomb, it seems like most of the outlying structures and garrison and palisade and all that has been torn down. What seems to be for a fair few days.
Temple was kind of sad. It was a fortification, no.
It's okay, Timber. We can make more.
Yes, of that. Alright, prepare to dismount! Dismount! Temple drops a call.
The card is dropped.
I'm never quite so comfortable as when I'm at least 6 feet under.
Sky the Valley has purchased 1 tabletop cards packs.
Sky, thank you so much for that card pack purchase.
But yeah, so you guys have a ruined and partially burned fortification. Oh, there's Sky the Valley with a party reroll.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, but yeah, so you guys are in front of a torn down, ruined, and slightly burned fortification.
I guess Temple's just gonna start marching up to it.
All right. Go ahead and roll me a visual perception.
Let's see. Perception. Seems fine to me.
Yeah. I mean, it's weird that you don't have to step over all the metal bits that are normally left behind, but then again, they seem to love piling up their bodies.
Yeah.
Should I roll for Svefenthorn? Because Rose would have him actively doing recon as they're marching along.
You know, I'll say that this counts.
All right. Because he is within Dominion range, would Rose be able to use Master's Presence for seeing through his eyes, or is that exclusively for Flesh Bond?
That is an active thing, so you
Got
have
it.
to focus on doing that.
Okay, so he's
for
he would only be
passive,
getting.
Then it's just his +4 for if Svathenthorn by himself sees something.
All right.
Storyteller?
Unnatural
I'm walking
20.
through, like, piles of undead, correct?
No.
Oh.
And getting to that, Rose, there is a very distinct lack of any sort of body that you're seeing around, or discarded bits or baubles of ammunition or weaponry. It is just a ruined fortification. There's no battle signs, really. No corpses, no broken blades, nothing.
Timber, am I the only one noticing a distinct lack of battlefield on this battlefield?
Timber stops and he looks around. Yeah. Think maybe they just torched this place and moved on?
There would still be bits of metal. Somebody had already picked this place completely clean. Explain why the rats came back with nothing.
Well, maybe the HKO destroyed any things they found.
I feel like the HKO would have only been interested in getting rid of the bodies, not the equipment. And wait, no.
No,
Because,
hold on,
enchanted
Rosalia.
items.
Rosalia. This place has been under Imperial blockades. They probably need the steel.
That is a very valid argument.
Cutting out the enemy supply lines will choke them out. That's one tactic the Kaiser knows.
Well, Gar, you had a good idea, but I think somebody might have beat us to this. I get the sinking suspicion it's whoever keeps sending all those damn crows. Yeah, I see you over there.
Kaka, motherfucker!
What were you saying, Haldarius?
Oh, I was just saying, you do see a couple more crows alight upon the ruined fortification.
We still may need to clear this place out, since they've seen us here.
Yeah, who's they in this case, though?
Points to crows.
Yeah, I know what they're using for observing us. I'm saying, who is it that keeps sending them?
Probably somebody from the HKO.
Can Temple try to see if he can remember his past again? Maybe he recognizes something.
Another loyal devotee.
Yeah, sure.
Wisdom?
Yeah, wisdom.
Or intelligence?
This would be wisdom.
Past mistakes, let's go!
No. Zim, stop. We don't talk about Bruno.
Wisdom.
All right.
The tip was just sitting there thinking, and it's just fucking halts. I miss my mist. You were so smart. She remembered things. She hit me upside the head
All
every time I forgot things.
As you guys
Yeah,
are
that's
considering the ruined fortification, a familiar face finally catches up with you. Kemo. Kemo.
I was muted.
Oh God. Hey guys, I'm back. Guys.
No, because it's like, where the hell have you guys been?
Adventuring. We're adventurers. It's what we do.
What's going on? I was just, trying to make sure everything was ready for the kids. I stepped out for a while, and then when I get back, I found out you guys had wandered off, and it took me forever to even track you down.
All right, Kemo, before you say or do anything else, I will need to let you know the trees have eyes and possibly ears. She's pointing over at the crows.
Kemo lifts a hand as his shadows lash out and begin trying to drain the life out of the birds.
Well, you don't find much life inside of the birds.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, though.
Somebody's been stalking us with undead birds. The more that I kill, the more that show up. Just, you were about to start ranting about tactical information, so I figured I should head you off at the pass there.
Okay, so they can see us and hear us.
Possibly here. I can't confirm one way or another. But they definitely see us.
Kemo's gonna flick his wrist out and extend his shadows out and up, basically forming a box around them to block out anyone from seeing into the shadows.
And it's shaped like
Remember,
a giant
you're now
middle
a
finger.
part of a black box.
That means he's indestructible. He can't die anymore. He's not allowed.
Timber has been black boxed.
Yeah, this is cool and all, but now we can't see.
I can fix that if you want. I can make it so you guys can see through my darkness.
That would be a good thing,
It's definitely helpful, but still be...
3,
Sorry.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have countless eyes.
Yes, I can do it to each of you.
Well, I mean, they know we're in the box, right?
Yes, but they
But
don't
they
know
won't-
where we're at in the box.
Or what we're doing inside of it.
Mm-hmm.
Mer?
Why are we hiding from crows?
It's so
Those
we
aren't-
can...
Those aren't crows. Those are scouts of some kind.
And
Whoever's watching through them, it can probably see us through their eyes.
let them come. We'll kick their asses.
But anything that they're able to see, they can start planning contingencies for. If we can block them out, then they can't prepare for us necessarily in case we run into trouble.
Speaking
we will
of which,
fight them with our strongest to prove our superiority.
you wouldn't happen to have any gunpowder, would you?
Mm-mm. What's up?
She's going to pull one of the birds out of sorry, I'd have to recall Svefenthorn first. So yeah, when he asks what's up, a gigantic bird crab lands next to Rose.
Chip was
Nice.
just casually
Interesting.
goes to his longsword just out of reaction.
No, Timber, it's Svef. It's fine. He's a friend. It's going to seem to reach into its throat and pull out a bird. So I was thinking that I could make these a bit more explodey.
Old habits die hard, Rosalia.
Just one sidestep away from Timber.
So, where do we think this necromancer is?
She points the bird towards the tomb. She's just holding it at arm's length.
Why don't we just head on in there?
Alrighty. Timber starts marching towards the tomb. This is just a shadow, right? I can walk out of it?
Yeah.
Yes. I can
Okay.
move it, though, with us.
Oh. But Timber starts marching towards the tomb anyways.
Hades below, here we go. Stuffing the bird back in, putting the backpack on, and recalling the rats.
I'll keep the shadow moving with us.
All right, so you guys are approaching the entrance to the tomb?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, this is a fairly grandiose structure. It's very low to the ground, but that does not change the fact that it's made out of marble that, despite being outside, and what is ostensibly a former battlefield, is completely untouched and unmarked. There is a set of double doors that lead into the tomb proper, but both of them are firmly shut.
Timber's gonna try to open it.
All right.
In traditional Timber fashion.
All right, go ahead and roll me a strength check.
God damn it. I'm still waking up.
Yeah. You can feel them, like, shift slightly in their frames, but they don't budge.
Kemo's just going to sigh, rub his forehead a little bit before snap his fingers, and I am going to use a spell point to activate my obscure passage and basically open up a shadow tunnel through the door into the tomb.
You know what? Fuck you. Uns your door.
Yeah, go right ahead.
And now we can see through it. It's basically like a portal of shadow, but we can see through that into the actual area. It's like an open tunnel.
How big is the tunnel?
It's I think like at least like 10 feet. I had to go double check the exact length, but for like I'm assuming a 5-foot door, it can make it through that, and it is big enough for a normal person to walk through.
Which means Timber can at the very least squeeze through.
Yes.
Yeah. I was gonna say,
Do not
it looks
dispel
like
it as he's halfway through.
I'm not going to. They'll stay open for at least like 10 minutes or 8 minutes before I have to reopen it. It's a very handy ability, though.
Well, everyone want to go through the magical door before I plug it up with my imperial-sized ass?
I will walk through.
I'll go behind Kemo.
Go behind Rose.
Timber chucks
Moriarty?
Moriarty through.
That works. He might be muted. Yeah, he's muted.
Yeah.
Moriarty go,
Timber.
Well,
Then in comes Timber. Squeeze. It's like a
on
dog
top
going
of your
through
mute
a
button.
doggy door. Just Timber like a dog going through a doggy door. Squeeze. Squeeze. Kathunk.
Sound of paws scraping.
Yeah. and pots and pans clattering, dusting himself off.
Interestingly, the inside of this tomb does have currently lit torches lining the walls.
Temple will grab one.
The entranceway that you're in sort of seems to like stretch on, lined by columns, and along the walls are murals telling a story.
Is there like a specific language with them, or just images?
It's all just images.
Yeah.
Although,
here-
by a very easy guess, it definitely has something to do with Adric.
Well, I mean, it's pictures. Temple can read picture books.
Yep.
And here's where everybody unpiece binds their weapons.
I figured you guys did that mostly like the moment you left the town.
But you're
Yeah.
a pedant, so.
Yeah, true.
This Temple will start walking along the wall with the torch.
Yeah, Rose will be giving it an occasional glance, but she's still keeping her head on a swivel. Or more specifically, keeping her ears on a swivel.
What?
All right.
It's still night.
Anyone
right
else want to
now,
do
isn't
anything, or
it?
you just want to continue on? Yeah.
Okay. Well, anybody near the construction, the office for the construction worker place, the twins are projecting mentally the sounds of snoring to everybody around.
All right. Being a slight morning disturbance. Well, not quite morning, but up
It's very
before the dawn
faint.
and all that.
It's faint, but it's in everybody's heads.
Even when they're
imagine just being
pretending to
awake?
sleep, they.
Just a guy walking right by, on a nightly stroll, just hears snoring inside of his head once he gets within range.
Yeah, so does anyone else want to take a peek at the murals, or are you just continuing on?
I would take a look as we're walking by.
Yeah. Yeah, Rose is going to be
All
giving them a glance here and there, but she will be keeping her ears pointed elsewhere.
Temple's too busy looking for things to smite.
For those of you looking, you can have your choice of knowledge history or knowledge religion.
Boy, do I have my knowledges.
History, let's go.
Unimportant.
Dad
Unimportant.
never taught me about these.
This is heresy. He never taught you about
All right.
heresy?
All right, I guess Temple looks since she said heresy.
All right.
Let's see. Knowledge, religion. Here we go. -1, boys.
Yeah, you guys are not feeling the knowledge checks today, are you?
Nah.
18 doesn't
Oh.
pass? Oh, come on.
No, you're gonna get some stuff. Don't worry. I'm just saying because
Okay.
no one rolled no one rolled double digits on the dice.
Yeah.
But
Um,
yeah,
But hey, it's late. It's late, okay? It's late.
Speaking of -1, can Rose tell that it's bugging Timber not knowing where the twins are?
well, didn't you make that fairly obvious on the ship?
Yeah.
Like, no, like that it's still, like, his head's not in the game kind of thing. Because in the moment, yeah, it was blatantly obvious. I'm talking about, can she tell that he's still fucking with him?
I guess deception versus insight, maybe?
If you're trying to hide it actively, then sure.
Yeah.
Would be sense motive?
So it'd be bluff versus sense motive.
Where's bluff at? Yeah, Temple seems bugged about something.
Timber? That is the slowest reaction I've ever seen you have to the word heresy. What's going on?
Temple stops.
Hmm.
And just looks down the hall. I am missing pack members.
If you're talking about the Martens, they're fine right now. They're just a little upset.
Why would they disappear without informing me? What have I done to make them not report to their captain? They're obviously kidnapped.
No, Timber. What I didn't want to tell you earlier was that I ran into the twins in town. And they left because they felt like they failed the unit. They felt like they failed the team because they weren't able to keep us alive in combat. And because when Kemo came back, he came back as that. And they blamed themselves for it. I didn't tell you that I ran into them because I was hoping that if they saw you turning the town upside down, looking for them, that they would realize just how much that they're wanted. I shouldn't have done that. I should have just been honest and forthright.
I mean, they did give him a note.
After he already left, though.
No, that was before he left.
That was before.
Yeah. They gave me a note written terribly.
Oh, right, that one. I remember that note now. Quote unquote,
Yeah.
terribly. Timber,
It
they're
had no
not.
soul. It was done perfectly. It's like a machine or some sort of stamp. It had no soul.
They're not kidnapped. They were just feeling really self-conscious. Give them some time to get their heads sorted out. They're not soldiers, okay? You have to treat them like they're civilians.
What are civilians?
I'm still trying to learn how to walk with future Imperial citizens.
And I'm still trying to learn how to work with my future oppressor. We're all learning things.
You know, I do appreciate all this, but is this really the time to have a heart-to-heart when we're possibly walking into a evil lair?
I want to make sure his head's in the game. Cohesion of the unit and all that, right, Timber?
The strength of the Wolven is his pack.
And that's why we're missing a few people.
Well, I trust you if he's okay.
They are doing more than okay. They actually found a construction crew to help out.
Is that what they're doing?
They don't seem like... How do they move?
Telekinesis.
snow?
They just levitate the rocks into place. Apparently, their telekinesis has made them absolutely invaluable on a work site. They just move freight with their mind. They don't even get tired. It's actually quite impressive to watch.
Is it... Wait, hold on a second. they don't get tiled.
What have you done?
I'm sorry.
Poor twins.
What have you done?
I'm sorry, Kemo.
And they can pick up big rocks without being tiled?
Why are you saying sorry to Kemo? It's the twins that you've just sacrificed.
Like, I know I'm an undead and everything. I'm kind of considered evil by most things, but even I wouldn't do that.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Rose is evil.
those poor babies. Like, yeah,
I
I know
have-
that
I have
I
the
almost
curse
killed
of
them
funny
once.
brains.
me killing them is going to be nicer than what he's got planned.
I have the curse. I have the curse of bunny brains. They
Is it
operate
even
in
woke
delay.
if they get tiled? If they don't get tiled?
I'm just letting you know they're perfectly fine. You know, so whatever happens here, at least you'll know that. We do have a habit of dying in conflict, so.
I only died once.
Yeah.
And to be fair, I was wounded before I got there.
I only died once. The 3 undead all stare at Timber.
Well, at least I'm still me.
I've
I
died
think.
2.5 times. Does that count?
Temple like touches.
I'm still
his
dead.
face and, like, I think I'm me. I think I'm me.
In the distance, the
All right.
Marten twins cry out in unison before being silenced.
Look, I'm
Alright.
only mostly dead. Which is still slightly alive.
Marten twins are having fun in town. They're making enough money to try to find their family.
Alright.
Well,
So-
at least somebody's having fun.
With that hopefully resolved, or at least the closest to resolved that it can be, Rose will be continuing on along the tunnel.
I will be
So I guess
continuing
Temple
as
can
well.
actually see what Kemo looks like now, huh?
Yeah, Kemo's shown me. Oh, you weren't there when Kemo
Temple
did.
wasn't there yet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, you can see exactly what Kemo looks like. Yeah, he is clearly an undead.
Yeah. And Kemo ended up like that. Camera pan over, just quack noise as he's waving. Quack.
Yeah. You know, it's just the camera goes back to Temple, and it's like, you know, just the like Vietnam flashbacks of Waith's tearing through his fucking men as they're firing cannons.
Oh, yeah. I do have that bad touch, by the way. I can just drain
Yeah.
people's levels with the touch.
Oof.
And we
Not
lost
bad
Moriarty.
levels.
Yeah, he popped. I don't know what happened.
So, you
Oh,
know,
he's
Tim was
back.
just remembering the cannon fire and men yelling and people dying. And then he just closes his eyes and like rubs his head a bit and goes, "Oh, Kaizorn, you have so much fucking faith in me."
Calling back over his shoulder. Timber, you'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm not gonna eat ya.
Every time, I swear, every time somebody says it's gonna be fine, they lie to me.
It's like tempting fate. You just don't do it.
Only a fool would try to attempt to change fate. Everybody's
least-
fate is locked.
Nah, I mean, I'm here. We can still decide what happens. It's our choices that really come into play and really decide that.
Rose will still be walking forward while this conversation's happening, by the way.
Yeah, Kemo's
Uh,
walking too. Since he was
she has-
Mastrel? I mean, storyteller, can Tipple make a constitution check to not start busting out laughing?
Sure, go ahead. It'd be fortitude.
Wait,
but go ahead.
what happened that was so funny?
Oh, Temple was told that you can change your fate. Temple just starts
Failed.
giggling. You're funny, Kemo.
That's true.
Not for him, it isn't. Also, not for me, it isn't. For some people, they don't get the luxury of changing their religion. If I tried, I would literally be choked to death. If he tried, I
Wait,
think he would cease to exist.
question, Rosalia. Can the collar be taken off if you die?
I think she died and it's
She's just
Shall
going
we
to
find out?
Yeah, when Kemo says that, she's just going to slowly blink, slowly turn on one hoof, and continue walking down. She is not going to respond to that one.
Well, no, I'm just saying, if you die, we take the collar off and then bring you back to life.
Hades didn't like that.
Kemo?
None shall
What?
see
Kemo?
me. Though my battle cry may give me away.
What?
Kemo, the collar was put on me by the Lord of Death. Do you think dying would so easily remove it? I am fairly certain that if I were to be completely killed and show up at the River Styx, I would still be wearing it on the other side.
Hey, Taldirius, I have a question.
Yep, hit me.
Do I have that sense of being watched at all?
Inside of here, right now, no.
Okay.
We have influence.
And something I was going to
Influence?
say is that Rose is keeping the rats swarming around her feet. So if there are any floor-based traps or anything like that, the rats might trigger it before she does.
I'll ask my dad about it for you and see what he says about getting the collar off.
Let's put a pin on that. I'm kind of going through some stuff.
All right. Also, as for influence, a little bit of a rehash, but it's still pretty funny still. So, Moriarty, how do you say to another pair of antlers for a day?
Wait, so are they
I'm down
going
with it.
back, or is it just they haven't gone away?
I'll just... They can either be back or they haven't gone away, whichever one. Whichever one Moriarty finds more amenable.
It would be interesting if they came back.
In that case, the antlers are back.
So the antlers fell off back at camp. Rose totally didn't pocket those. And now suddenly he just has another pair again.
Temple is going to bite his gauntlet and just start breathing heavy.
Of course, Rose, we start talking about Hades, and look what happens.
What happened?
What are you talking about? What? Oh, freaking Moriarty.
What?
Just wave your hand over your head real quick.
Temple withdraws his longsword and sticks it right in front of Moriarty really quickly in like a drilled motion. Almost like he was trying to cut it off, but it's just to show him the reflection.
As Moriarty just stabs his hand on the freaking antlers.
Oh no, I gored myself.
Don't worry, you're still gorgeous.
Moriarty hurt himself in confusion.
Well,
Alright, so
Moriarty,
this
you
is
see
the
a
thing
perfect
again.
reflection of yourself because Temple's sword is pristine.
As an aside, how much would a pair of fallen antlers weigh?
You know what? I honestly don't care about the... Okay, you know what? Here.
I'm just gonna put one and call it a day.
I was about to say, I'll just put like 2 or something. I don't care. Well, a pound for each antler. A pound for each antler. There you go.
That works. She totally pocketed those antlers as soon as he shed them before. It's not weird. You're weird.
Don't worry,
Right.
animated antlers.
Does Kemo say anything about this?
I'm just assuming that you're trying to respect her religion and her society for
Ah, yes, by
being
growing antlers.
by being her, since you're her boyfriend, and you're going to be married and all that.
Right. Also,
no.
Moriarty is undead.
All right, you know what, Kemo? Just for that, you get to take point.
I mean, I'm okay with that.
I'll take point. Timber marches ahead.
No, Timber, no. Timber, get back
was
here.
marching and just biting his gauntlet, and he's with whatever gets in front of him because and I'm gonna kill things and I'm
Timber, are you okay?
He doesn't
He
like it when I
doesn't-
grow horns.
He doesn't. They're not horns. They're antlers. There is a difference. Both of you.
Show respect for the religious one.
All right, I'm going to go after Timber before he gets himself killed.
Rose would be attempting to keep pace.
By the way, Kemo, if it was not explained earlier, Moriarty looks to be undead now.
Okay. I mean, I'm dead, so...
Welcome
No,
to
it's
the
just-
club, Moriarty. Welcome to the club.
It's different, though, is what I'm saying. It's just like, you know,
I'm dead. What do I care?
a change has happened. I'm informing you of a difference in things.
You look cute. You should hold on to that look.
Pardon?
Nothing.
Wow, I
The
just felt
antlers?
jealous for a second there.
Kemo would walk.
Pardon
Kemo
me,
speeds
Kerr?
up to.
What was that?
I was in character.
Pardon me, Kerr?
Kemo, would you would you please?
What was that?
Would you please stop commenting on Moriarty's appearance and just make sure Timber doesn't blunder into traps?
Will do.
She
the
caught herself
darkness
this
just
time.
As the darkness just keeps moving with him as he follows after.
All right.
You know,
As he
to
catches,
be fair,
Oh, go on.
you know, to be fair, Rosalia, it's only natural. I am a bard.
Anyways, God
Okay, so-
God needs to speak.
So,
I was just gonna.
Kemo.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Just sorry, Scott.
Okay, as Kemo catches up to Timbo, you can see that his gauntlet is to his chest, and he's just rubbing it as he's marching forward.
Timber,
He
you
seems kinda
okay?
winded. No,
What's wrong?
it keeps going. What's right?
Well, most of us are alive. Present company excluded, of course.
I think some of us
I'm
count as undead.
Yeah,
Hence why I said
I've-
present company excluded for the most part.
I've noticed. I'm trying to get this mission done.
Mm-hmm.
I will march until
know-
my feet fall off.
At this point, about half the party is undead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yup.
I wasn't going to be the one to say it.
So, what do you enjoy doing, Timber?
Mighting things like you!
Timber just blinks.
What do you enjoy doing?
Timber blinks again.
Like, for instance, I liked feeding animals like the bunnies and the birds and the squirrels that would show up sometimes. I also like to read and learn new things. I like to watch people before. You know, hobbies. things that you do to unwind and relax.
Temple blinks again.
You don't do those things, do you, Timber?
What do these things do to complete this mission?
Those things help to keep you in a good headspace so you can even try to do missions and stuff.
I've completed several missions without this.
Yeah, and you
Countless
sound like
missions, my entire life.
you sound like you're also about to go into an emotional and mental breakdown at the moment.
I will not blink.
You know it's okay to, right?
You know, as an aside, IRL, yeah, I've said that there's no way that I'll break. That was a lot of therapy ago.
We're wasting time.
No, we're not. We're walking and we're talking. And if anything tries to get in the way of this conversation, I'm going to utterly and completely destroy them. Because right now, you need a little bit of you time.
What is me time?
Time where you can relax, enjoy yourself, and not have the weight of the world on your shoulders.
Well, then do not ask for lighter loads, only stronger shoulders.
No. 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 No, no. Full stop. Right there, mister. That is not healthy. That is not good for you. And you need to care about you.
It is not healthy,
No, it isn't.
and it's not good.
That mindset that you have, no, it's going to cause a lot more damage to you and it's going to hurt you and get you killed.
Really?
That's not a good thing, Timber.
I deserve to suffer.
No, you do not.
Kemo,
I do.
Kemo. Everything that is Timber about Timber would require some serious unraveling that I do feel like you are not properly equipped to deal with right now, and we're also not in the proper location to deal with it right now.
I think this is all part of his culture.
Yes.
All right. So, note to self.
I may have started that ball rolling, but we need to stop it and focus on where we are, what we're doing, and the hazards
Continuing
that
the
are
mission. Temple
inevitably
marches on.
ahead.
Timber, get back here. You are not getting out of this conversation that easily.
He is getting out of that conversation this easily. We can resume later after we're not facing the unknown.
We can have this conversation until said unknown comes out, and then we murder it.
And if when unknown shows up, we're too busy arguing.
Real quick, as an aside, I have started up the Stream Raiders versus mode again. It is the rapid fire PvP thing. So please go place your troops. Carry on.
There's not really that many places to hide right now.
Yeah, Sky's asking if Temple needs a boyfriend, girlfriend. Temple's mate died. That's why he's continuing his mission. He's on a vengeance streak.
So, I have a question for you, Timber. This is just more curiosity. When do you take off your armor?
When I bathe.
You know that you don't always have to be wearing it when you're other than bathing, right?
It is my uniform.
You don't need to wear a uniform all the time. We're not a formal military here.
Um,
You are not a formal military.
Okay, I'll concede that point to you.
Kemo.
Checkmate, heretic! And Timbo walks
From
off.
from a legal perspective, we qualify as an auxiliary.
Oh, this is going to be a little complex then. I'll
I
figure it out later.
represent the Imperium wherever I go.
Yeah, the Imperium sucks, Timber, and we need to help you come to terms with that.
Says the guy. What even is your story?
Oh.
Can we, just, you know what? You two have your chat, and Taldarius, please, this isn't an infinitely long hallway. Surely we're reaching something.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
you know
I'm-
the
it's
Super
just
Mario is infinite staircase. It's like,
roleplay.
and we just keep walking up it.
Just imagine you guys, like, every once in a while just, like, stopping for the conversation and then keep going.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
is-
the background
it
is
is-
like those old 90s cartoons. It just keeps looping.
Yeah. Well, it's just more murals. that are slightly- And speaking of the murals, one specific point that really catches your attention when you were looking at it earlier, and I think you've seen it at least one other time. Oh, well, once a trap. Okay, I will take note of that. There is a depiction of what appears to be Adric and Cyric having a chat, and Adric accepting a deal.
Huh.
And this is the god that Adric killed?
Yes.
Dun dun dun.
And the
deal
god
they made.
was of trickery, right?
Mhm.
Yes, it was Cyric.
So clearly, we've got a situation of a god faking their own death.
Or alternatively,
Or
buyer's remorse.
maybe he made a deal with him and backstabbed Adric, and then Adric got really pissed and smitten the shit out of him.
Smoke the shit out of
By the
my
way, when we come across that section of the mural, Rose will audibly be going, dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
Dang, dang, dang.
All right. As for everyone else, you see, what looks like a fairly normal bit of mural of just like two people shaking hands and Rose going dun dun dun.
Well, I mean, Timbo will the best.
Yeah, well, Timber would recognize it. That's if he bothers to look.
Yeah, he's gonna look. You know, Rose, this kind of reminds me of the story time when I was a little kid.
Why do I get the feeling that the only stories you ever were told were the original versions of the Grimm fairy tales? I realize you're not familiar with this.
I am, but
it was not that. But yeah, it looks like Adric was making a deal with this guy.
Yeah. Making a deal with the person that he then went on to kill. Which is incredibly suspicious.
Well, you can't trust a god of trickery. It's kind of in the name. That's like opening a can of Imperial Chow and being surprised that it's dog food.
Oh, yes, Imperial Chow. Just rummaging around inside Svefenthorn. Pulls out one of the containers of kibble. I heard your stomach growling earlier.
Oh, thank you.
Hold
I
on.
had
Are
a
those the
wonderful
twins,
dream.
Kibble?
It's the twins' kibble.
Mayhaps.
Yeah. Ah, thank you.
I'm
Man,
I'm incrementing it down from 4 to 3 units remaining.
I had this dream, and I woke up with this taste in my mouth, and I've just been thinking of food this entire time. Thank you so much.
Oh.
Tibble opens a can of kibble and just wolfs it. Like mid sentence, he's talking. He just this tiny little can, because it's regular portion size, and he just snacks it down like it was. You're like, how did Temple breathe and eat that at the same time? Mid sentence, like he was just gone. He was able to have the conversation and eat.
So Timber has eaten Marten food.
Yep.
You know what to do, chat!
So, the gif I just posted in Ascent to Ascend when Timber said he was dreaming about food, that's Rose.
Hey, you can't blame Timbo for eating the food that was given to him. Sheesh. I'm looking at
it's
it. The
the
dog.
it's the traumatized dog gif. We're just
Yeah,
slowly
I saw
looking
that.
away from the camera, looking horrified.
Yeah. All right. Nothing like a snack to keep you going. Tastes a little different.
It shall be done, and done well.
But yeah, you guys are now coming to the end of the main hall. It appears like it was quite the long story that was carved out. And it makes you wonder how big this place really is if this is the main hall.
Temple does that thing where he crushes the can against his helmet and stuffs the can away.
I'm sure there will be no negative repercussions for her giving away the Marten's food.
Yeah, because they totally need to eat. All right. Well, what do we see at the end of the hallway?
It's just some very large, very wide stairs leading down somewhere. It's flanked by two rather strange-looking torches. Namely, in that their fire is a very strange green instead of the normal red.
Okay, so gray. Temple doesn't realize it's a different color.
Yeah.
To him, it's just regular. Well, it looks like it's just down from here.
After you, O fearless leader.
Timbo looks at the torch and then looks at the torch he's holding, shrugs, and keeps walking.
And Rose has her swarm of rats around her feet and the 3 skeletons behind her. Oh, Sycamore, she would have left back at the ship to make sure that the children are being attended to properly.
Alright.
Well, I mean, the Wolven are there.
Yeah, but Sycamore's basically a butler right now.
Yeah, and those Wolven are the custodians. Rose does know Temple is colorblind.
Yes.
And didn't tell him, hey, those torches are different.
Oh, sorry. I actually had kind of zoned out just a bit when Teldarius was giving the description, and I was hoping that I could just glean context from how people reacted to it without having to admit that I zoned out.
Yeah, okay, so you looked at Temple looking at the obviously green file, goes, this is the same, and tried to keep walking on.
Timber,
Yep.
color. Magical fuckery is afoot.
Temple pulls the torch and swaps them out. Alright. Goes down.
Boom.
Fearlessly.
You know, if this is a necromancer shit, like one of the undead, take the point, considering a lot of things that would kill or hurt the living won't work on us.
Rose just slowly tilting her head at Kemo. Yes, the undead should take point.
Kemo. Rose got injured by one of those things.
Oh,
Thanks
yeah.
for volunteering, Moriarty.
No.
Actually, yes, Kemo. Well, the bird that exploded on me, it was very clearly corpse bombed, yet I was injured from it. Whatever they're using is augmented in some way.
All right, I have regeneration, and it can be very difficult to actually harm me while we're within my darkness.
I'm just letting you know in advance so you don't, charge headlong into something that's going to seriously hurt.
Well, Kemo, if I run into something and it survives my smite, you just flank it.
I'll just drown it.
Drown it?
Yeah.
But we're not by any water.
He can summon. He could summon water. Wasn't water so much as like really thick shadow? It's uncomfortable to be in. I will say that much. Ask me how I know.
It's basically like liquid shadow. And yeah, I can bind someone beneath it and drown them or crush them under it too. Either one works.
Sounds dishonorable.
It can kill an army. I don't care about being honorable. I care about making sure my enemies are dead. Preferably before they kill anything that I care about.
I care about getting to the end of this tomb before the end of the day.
Temple, as soon as he says, I don't care about being honorable, Temple goes, oh, okay. Temple turns around and ignores Kemo. All respect lost right there.
He's not going to talk to you for hours now.
Why?
You really need to learn how to interact with Wolven.
Honor is stupid and idiotic. There's no honor on a battlefield. You just kill each other.
Your
Listen,
dad has
Kemo-
honor.
Kemo, don't say things like that in hearing range of Timber.
Yeah, Kemo, when you say that, when you loudly proclaim there's no such thing as honor on a battlefield, Rose will be noticeably taking a few steps away from you and moving the skeletons into a slightly defensive position outside of smiting range.
No, Temple's already just walking down. Kemo
Just
doesn't
saying.
exist to Temple anymore.
As Kemo is going to go after Timber before he gets himself killed.
Rose will be attempting to keep pace with them, and she's just going to say, "Look, Kemo, you're entitled to your opinions, but there are certain opinions that don't need to be shared, especially with certain company present."
I didn't see what a big deal it was.
Look, I understand underhanded tactics. You understand underhanded tactics. there are certain people who don't live by those, such as, paladins.
Hmm. Thank you. That actually gives me a good idea. Question I want to ask my dad when I next can.
Wait, what?
Oh,
I'm curious about the survivability of paladins versus other more conventional soldiers. If the degree of mortality is higher or lower due to both their abilities, but also their code they have to follow. I'm kind of curious. He might have done some research on that.
we just seriously see whether or not faith outweighs honor.
Yeah, basically, is it better and have a more survivability to be underhanded and to fight wars and battles without honor, but in order to win and keep your soldiers alive, versus to fight with honor and to basically give yourself the ability to be betrayed, tricked, all that kind of stuff. Not to say that that won't happen if you're underhanded.
Kemo
It, ro-
Hey, Kemo and Woes run into Temple as he stops. And he turns around and goes, "You pay attention to global politics, right?"
Yeah.
And the Imperium is at war with what nations?
Yes.
Yeah, but you're also currently projected to be stuck in a no-win situation soon.
Nothing attrition
Can
can't
we-
do. I can't fail.
Can we have this discussion when we are not in danger?
As a reminder, you are currently standing at the top of the stairs leading down with one green torch in your party's hands and the other on the wall.
He swapped it
Yeah.
back when Rose warned him that it was multicolored.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Let-
Temple grabbed the green one.
Let me go ahead. I can see
Yeah.
perfectly in all darkness.
Wait,
So
real quick, because it was my understanding that Timber grabbed the different one, which was green.
Yeah, I have the different one. Yes.
Yes. So you have one green torch, and the other one's still on the wall.
Yeah, okay. Specifically, which torches are there? What colors are they? Where are they placed?
Temple has the
Okay.
green one.
Timber had a normal torch and swapped his normal torch with one of the green torches on the wall sconce. So now, on the wall sconce, there's a green one and a normal one, and in Timber's hands is a green one.
And this is at the top of the stairs?
At the top
Yeah.
of the stairs at the end of the Hall of Murals.
Yes. Temple has one green one. And there's a green one up there still.
Yeah, because Timber's a couple steps down and looking up at you guys. Well, he turned back around, but
Yeah.
Okay, Rose will just be continuing along down the stairs with or without the group. Just saying, we can discuss philosophy and politics later. Right now, that doesn't help us get to the bottom of this too.
I agreed. And Moriarty just follows behind her.
Temple's still going down.
I
Of
will
course,
try to
Moriarty
move
would
ahead.
agree. Moriarty is contractually obligated to agree with her.
Shush.
And Gar.
He's
We
already
can discuss-
sped one. He sped one the entire place.
He's already standing back at the entrance with all the gold.
Hey guys, what took so long? He's got wings and shit. All blinged out.
We can discuss this as soon as we're done with the tomb.
Yeah.
We need to find more cursed items.
Timber, roll me a visual perception.
Okay. Temple's frustrated.
Yeah. You know, You don't get the whole big deal about the colors of the torches. It's all gray anyway.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys are all currently going down the stairs. And as
Stairs.
the stairs, yes, and
The
as you
poor man's
descend,
escalator.
and as you descend down to the bottom, it quickly levels back out into a much narrower hallway. But this one you can already see the end to, as it has a rather curious boarded up structure instead of the actual door that's supposed to be there. It looks like instead of an actual fitting door, instead like a bunch of junk and garbage was piled up in the door frame to block, further access.
Well, this is either here to keep us out or here to keep something in.
Either way, that implies there's loot on the other side.
How big is this doorway?
Oh, it's like an arch, so it's pretty big.
Yeah.
You said it's just a locked door?
No,
I
where
think
a
it's just
door
a
would
bunch of
normally be,
bones.
it's a bunch of like garbage and like stuff like that that's like all piled up, like scraps of wood.
Are there any like small gaps in this pile of debris?
Enough to fit through? No. Enough to see through? There's a couple.
I'm going
about
to
rat?
send. Yeah, I'm going to send some of the rats ahead, and I'm going to use flesh bond to look through their eyes, see what's on the other side.
All right. In that case, roll me a perception check.
All right. And did they get any malices or bonuses with their eyesight?
Nope. 23. What looks to be on the other side is like, imagine like an honor guard procession of statues, where like lining the hall and all facing forward like at each other. So that way, in order to go past, you need to like walk through the honor guard procession. And it looks like they all have on rather ancient and decrepit, but it does look like they had on actual armor.
Moving spy drone forward.
All right, what's your
Going
range on
further
that,
into the room. I have the range extension, so it's out to medium, I believe. Okay, so flesh bond, I can see through their eyes at infinite distance, but for master's presence, which allows me direct remote control, that goes out to medium range. So it'd be medium plus caster, I think.
Yeah, so your range with that would be fairly long. Since it's medium, it would be 100 feet plus 10 per caster level, so 180.
All right, so yeah, that's that fairly long reception range for my camera drone.
Yeah. So, yeah, you can go ahead and walk down the rest of this hallway. It doesn't seem like, there's all too much there. I mean, like, there's signs that there's actually been some recent movement here, mostly noted by the lack of dust. On the walkway, on the statues, there's plenty.
So yeah, Rose is just sitting on her knees, meditating and relaying this to Timber. There's statues. Statues appear to be wearing armor, somewhat decrepit. I don't see any movement inside.
How far away are the statues?
How far away are the statues from the archway?
They start basically like right inside the archway and lead down into the next area.
They look like they're the entire length of the room.
Rosalia, can you cover your ears?
Oh boy. I evacuate the rats from the area and cover my ears.
Temple's just gonna do that. He's gonna ping for undead celestial.
Oh, the bark.
Yeah, the bulk.
Bark! Bark!
My holy whale! Bulk! Bulk, 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 bulk. Bulk, 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 bulk.
So what is he doing?
Checking for undead, celestial,
Detect
or
evil.
demonic forces. Yeah.
Okay. What's your range for that?
60 feet.
Uh,
And it tells him if there's a dead there, but it doesn't tell him what kind. So he'll obviously have 3 undead behind him because of Kemo, Rosalia, and Moriarty.
yeah.
But he kind of knows where they're at, so even though they show up on the radar, he can assume that that's them.
Within 60-foot radius, you find 7 signatures of undead.
Is that excluding ours?
That's excluding, not excluding the 3 undead skeletons, but I'm excluding, like, all the, like, you know, various, like, rats and birds and Svethenthorn and all that shit, because they're not really...
I'm just
I'm
a
not
big
counting the
blob
pure
on the
amount of rat.
sonar.
Yeah.
I'm a big blob on the sonar screen.
So you're detecting the 3 undead PCs, the 3 skeletons, and then an extra signature.
Yeah. Timber's gonna rub his head and go, Rosalia, you're gonna have to, like, you're really confusing. you light up like a canoness on Empress Day.
Okay, the next time that I'm an angry teenager, I'll be sure not to declare my undying loyalty to a god of the dead, okay?
Deal.
She does not realize how literal that statement is that she just made. But we know. We, the audience, know.
Well, it seems like we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. I can count that. We have about 7 undead things in there. That's not Rosalia's minions. Be on the lookout.
Oh, no, he said... Hildarius said that there was the 6 of us plus 1 unknown.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. There's 1, 2, 3. There was 1. Yep. Something's... Temple points in the direction it's at.
Right,
It is
going to
down the hall.
Temple knows the distance, direction, but he can't identify what it is other than the fact that it's undead.
Yep.
That one's
down
not
the
your
hall.
minion.
Down the hall about 50 feet and slightly to the left.
Temple points exactly at it.
Rose is
That's not your-
redeploying camera drone.
All right.
There is something. If it's undead, there might be something that I can do.
There are things that I could do too.
I could try to take control of it.
Hey, I could do that too.
Well, why don't I whip this door down? Then you guys can play tug of war with his corpse.
Wait, how about I try to make my way over quietly? I can be very, very stealthy when I want to be.
Yeah, I've already got a rat over there.
Temple crosses arms. Go ahead. Whatever.
How far away is it, Rosalia?
50 feet and off to the left, apparently.
All right.
You're talking about where the rat is? Currently heading towards that location.
So Kemo is going to cloak himself in darkness. Darkness. And I'm going to spread my darkness underneath through the cracks. And I am going to use a spell point to step through darkness to jump through the 2 points without opening the door.
Okay.
And I am going to attempt a stealth roll to stay hidden.
All right. Roll stealth. Okay. You do your best to be nice and stealthy as you go down the hall.
Oh, I just realized that I never pointed out to Kerr. Yeah, you may notice that all of the rats that Rose is controlling, they all have bat wings. They are brats. You had a whole bunch of brats, now she has a whole bunch of brats. I forgot to make that joke.
Once I get within about 20 feet, so it's within 30 feet of me, I'm going to take one of the souls that's swirling around me and crush it in my hand. And I'm going to use my channel mastery feat. I can sacrifice one of the souls that I have currently in order to channel energy and add the benefits of any one channeling feat to that channel feat that I have. And the feat that I choose is Command Undead.
All right. Have you bothered to actually locate the undead first before you do this?
I would have tried to, yes.
All right. In that case, roll me a perception.
Should I roll as well?
Go ahead. I am lowering the DC because you were given instructions, but that doesn't mean it's not hidden.
Moriarty?
Hmm?
Do you happen to have, like, a flask on you?
Always. Do you...
Can I have a sippy?
Moriarty produces a flask of whiskey.
It is unfortunate that Rose can't hear this conversation happening.
Yep.
Or can she hear?
Well, you can probably hear Temple ask, because he's loud.
Well, I know that when using Flesh Bond, that my senses are swapped out with those of the thing that I'm controlling, so... That's why she's she's kneeling right now and meditating.
Yeah, Temple takes a knee, so he's like level with Moriarty. You know, he takes a swig, which is surprisingly big because he's a big guy, and goes, "Thanks, buddy." And just sighs and like stuffs it back into his hand.
All right. As for Kemo, you know that it's got to be there somewhere, but you can't quite make out where it's meant to be. There's just a statue there. And looking at the statue, yeah, it's just made of rock. As for Rose, though, one of your little drones manages to see that under the helmet of the statue, that it looks like through the eye holes that the top half is missing and something is in there.
He's going to have the brat fly up and try to either squirm in or pry it open.
All right. In that case, it would be able to kind of like pry off the helmet. And it reveals a crow.
God damn it.
Alright, let's take control of this thing, shall we?
Reverse the connection. The calls are coming from inside the house.
It needs to make as I unleash a burst of negative energy, it will enslave all undead within 30 feet of me.
All?
All?
Yes, it says enslave undead within 30 feet of me.
Bye-bye, breath.
Am I within 30 feet?
No.
Oh.
Oh, come on, we gotta let it in.
Undead do receive a will save to negate the effect. The DC is 23 for me. Undead that fail their saves fall under my control, obeying their commands to the best of their ability. As if under the effects of control undead.
Do I have to roll? Oh, sorry.
Intelligent undead receive a new saving throw each day.
Hold on a second. Is this considered like a trauma effect?
It's considered like control undead. I'm not sure if control undead is treated as a charm effect or not.
It is against intelligent, not against undead.
Because if you're within, I think if you're within 10 feet of temple, or if it's a charm style spell, you're immune to it.
I think you guys should be fine since I didn't. I slipped through. There's a wall
plus
between
he's
us.
he's far away. Yeah.
So the majority
saying,
of the
You're within 10 feet of Temple.
The majority of the rat swarm is outside of that field, but there are the couple that I'm using as the recon drones that are inside that range. So will I have to roll to keep control of the rats?
If an undead creature is under the control of another creature, you must make an opposed charisma check whenever your orders conflict. So we both control them still.
Yeah, I was gonna say you have joint custody.
Okay, but I would notice though that he just grabbed the rats then.
You realize someone just logged into your Wi-Fi.
So basically, Kemo gets the brats on weekends. You get them during the week.
Joint custody. Much like the fact that you now have joint custody of the bird.
You have a plan?
And joint custody of the Moriarty.
What?
No, he wants
Rosalia, you have been granted a +5 to your next roll.
Now that I have control over this bird, can I try to see what kind of undead it is?
So it is a zombie.
Okay.
This is one of the ones where it's not like obviously glowing or anything, but it has been necromantically reinforced. So it is a fair bit tougher than a normal crow, but it is still a crow, so there wasn't that much to work with.
This hamlet shall not fall.
Rabbit Blitz raided my stream with 6 viewers.
Banui! Hello there, Blitz! How are you? How is your stream? Welcome in, everybody! You've come into the middle of our Ascent to Ascend Pathfinder game. Thank you so very much for that raid. I will be in the chat from here, but I hope you had a fantastic stream.
I'm going to call the bird back to me, hold it, and head back to the others, petting my new bird.
While you're doing that, roll me a perception.
I will roll the perception. Roll the perception. Roll the perception. Yay! I didn't roll like a freaking 4 this time.
Yeah. Let's go. While you're petting it, you notice that it is actually just kind of unreasonably tough for something that is its size. The ones that you had messed with before and seen were nowhere near this durable.
Runs back. Rosalia, I found something about Bird Coon.
Rather than Rose looking up at you, the rats are what look up at you in response to that. Rose is meditating and does not seem to be able to perceive you right now.
This is Chirpy, and Chirpy is very tough for a bird.
And then it explodes.
That's one of the birds that have been harassing us.
Well, his name is Chirpy now. He's mine.
Speaking of things that are yours and aren't yours, Kemo.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Mauschwitz. Moose.
Mauschwitz.
Micey Wicey. Come on over here. Yeah, I named them.
Are you trying to pull the rats over to yourself?
Yes.
Ah, damn it.
Alright, roll that charisma.
That is the worst roll. Oh, wait. I remember got +5 to my next roll. Okay. First off, I was given a +5 to my next roll, so that 6 becomes an 11. Second, it doesn't appear to have mattered.
Well, actually, no, it does actually matter because Kemo actually has a +7 to charisma.
I just
So
didn't put it in.
it does
You want me
actually be
to-
that you retain control, and the brats do not move.
Do you want me to open this door?
Kemo.
This barricade?
It's all good through here now, you guys.
You just see Temple like reach his digits through the little cracks, and he grabs the door and just yanks on it. Guessing strength check.
Strength check.
Do my
Don't
booze
roll
give
ass,
him
come on.
advantage?
Yes, it
No,
did.
but it does reinvigorate them and wake them up.
Yeah.
So yeah, you managed to like just completely.
That's all Temple
rip
needed.
down-
He would just need a little swig of whiskey. It's like Popeye the Sailor Man with you give him Marine whiskey and he's all of a sudden he's yeah, you give him Marine whiskey and all of a sudden he's invincible.
1, 2, 3, 4. Marine Corps. Marine Corps.
Yeah.
Now, Kemo, with your new pet, is it still spying on us?
I have control over it now, I believe.
Okay.
What do you guys want me to do with the doll? Tipple's still holding it.
Put it down somewhere.
Timber like leans it against the wall. This might come in handy later.
Timber has a door. It needs to go into the cart.
And all the rats are staring at Kemo as Rose says, "Did you seriously name all 100 of them?
Yes.
How? How fast do you adapt things you named 100 in the span of 5 seconds?"
I mean, I was considering the names beforehand, but now I actually have a reason to use them.
Kemo just spent his off time literally all nights coming up with different names.
I don't need to sleep. I need a way to entertain myself.
Yeah, that's what he does. That's what I'm saying. That's what he does.
We
when
know the
instead of sleeping,
contents.
he's like, I'm gonna come up with names.
I think we now know the contents of Kemo's intense brooding sessions, debating
Yeah.
names for animals.
Yeah.
All right, so for the time being, it still is a matter of shared control over the rats.
Yeah, it's still, you still have shared custody.
Okay. Just keeping
If-
that in mind for any future ones.
So there is an animal I do want to pick up when we get back to town. There was a bunny that I saw who I've named Lord Flufferkins Esquire III, and he's super sweet and adorable. And I've been feeding him a little bit of birdseed from time to time, and he really likes it.
How the hell?
Kemo,
That was my
can I
uncle's
squeeze
name.
by you?
Okay.
Can I squeeze by you?
You guys going to squeeze past Rose?
Well, anyone who's in the doorway.
Yeah, she was just outside the door, so she's going to stand up, eyes still closed, and attempt to move out of your way, but it's very obvious that she can't really perceive. She's having to use the rats as a relay.
Timbo's gonna like move her. You know,
That-
you just feel
that-
big
that works.
hands like move you. There you go. That walks. All right. Pardon me,
works.
Kemo.
Kind of hard to move in third
Can I
person.
squeeze by?
Yeah, that's basic. I'm using third-person camera.
Chemo's going to set the bird on his shoulder.
Alright, Timbo's gonna squeeze through the door. And like start marching into the room, looking around.
Actually, Rose is, after Timber's gone past, Rose is going to kind of like feel around just a bit, trying to judge distance, because, you know, it's difficult when you're using third-person camera, until she's able to grab Moriarty's hand and just let him guide her.
Aww.
Moriarty walks forward.
Yes, lead your blind girlfriend.
He holds her
Timber.
hand tightly.
Yeah.
Timber, as you walk in, roll me a perception check visual.
Visually, sweet.
Yep.
I love it when I don't have to heal things. Let's see, perception. There it is.
Hmm.
20. You notice that as your torch inevitably strays towards the one of the statues, just as you're walking, looking around, inspecting things, that very oddly, it under the light of your torch, you could swear that the armor is in much better shape than it was a second.
Magnanimous dispensation.
Tochemay tipped $100.
Uh-oh.
Experimental.
You're picking on the blind girl.
Timbo's gonna get closer and just inspect this all and go, "Hey guys, look! When I get close, it's all shiny and new."
Sorry I was away for a moment. Tochemay, thank you so very much for that tip and supporting the channel. The tip goal has been fully completed.
So, all of you just see Timber motioning towards a decrepit piece of armor.
Does it look any different for any of us?
No, it's just a decrepit piece of armor.
Timber, what faction would you say that looks like?
Does Timbo recognize this armor plate?
I'm just gonna say that you can, and that it is absolutely 100% HKO armor.
Don't you guys know a standard knight set of HKO armor when you see it?
Yes,
What's
but I don't
HKO?
think.
Oh, right. Yeah.
The zombie
You know, the
faction.
guys who
Yeah.
helped us
No.
fight. HKO is the guys we were fighting with against Adric.
HKO are the holy people, the ones that were defending the city.
All the clerics guys.
The Heavenly Kingdom of Aqua.
Timber, I don't think we can see what you're seeing, or at least I can't see it. More specifically, the rats can't see it. What I see right now is a kaleidoscope of stimuli, and it is very disorienting.
One sec, I just need to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Shapes and colors like I've never seen.
Yeah, to the rest of you, it just looks like, the same decrepit piece of armor barely being held together by the lack of breeze.
Timbo's gonna start marching around using the light to see if it shows anything else.
All right. Every time you get closer to a bit of armor, it looks really nice.
Like he can see from far away it's decrepit, and then when he gets closer, it's pristine.
Yeah.
Is there anything anything special looking in this world?
Looking around, it doesn't really seem to be anything that special.
What about the walls? Do those show us anything different?
As you hold it up to the walls, you can see some curious gray lines going through them.
Temple follows the line.
All right. Well, the line goes back the way you came and forward.
Okay, Temple follows to the left.
All right. Which left would be back the way you came.
Yeah.
All right. So, you follow the line back the way you came, and you're not sure where this came from as you go through the arch, but you see an entirely new hallway.
Do you guys see this?
And Timber is motioning towards a blank wall.
No. No, we do not. It's just wall. Out of curiosity, she is going to send some of the rats over to the wall to poke at it,
It's a wall.
like skittering up the bricks. Still wall.
Yep.
Which means that Timber would just see levitating rat.
Yeah, they're just running up air.
Yeah, Timber, it's just wall. That's what we can see.
Timber's gonna like poke it with his boot.
Well, you just kick your foot through the doorway and it goes
Open
through.
door. Yeah,
Yeah, it's a
open
door.
doorway.
Yeah.
Timber like he
Jeffrey,
puts his shield
go
on his
retrieve that.
back, and then he starts pulling some chain out, and he gets he gets his grappling hook and like hooks it up to his belt and throws 50 foot of chain behind him.
Jeffrey, go get that other torch.
Somebody hold this chain. Tie it to something heavy, just in case I need to pull myself out.
You can tie a chain?
Yes.
Yeah.
I have that problem with my pendulum all the damn time. The chain loves to get tangled on it.
Or hook it to something.
Oh, sorry. One of my divination things. Yeah, practicing pagan.
I guess if it's a fine chain.
Yeah, it gets tangled all the damn time. But no,
all right,
going to have Big Ribbon Billy anchor the chain while Jeffrey runs back up to the top to grab the other green torch and come back down with it.
All right. In that case, Jeffrey will go ahead and go up, and the other two will try to anchor the chain.
Alright, so Tempo's going in, shield and torch in hand, marching down to about 49 paces.
All right. Yeah, you're every time you move the chain, it seems to behave completely normally. But whenever the skeletons readjust, it acts normally up until the door frame, after which it just doesn't do anything.
Gotta love magical doors.
What's at the end of the rope?
What was the question?
What's at the end of the chain? Once Tempo gets to the end of, his length.
Yeah. So the hallway stretches on for a little bit longer than the length of your chain, but it's just a completely normal looking door.
Tempo's gonna call back. Try to grab the torch. Follow me. I'll leave a chain. And obviously, Tempo's gonna walk forward, dragging that chain.
All right. So at about this point, Jeffrey comes back and hands off the torch while also pointing back up the stairs.
Wait, Jeffrey's pointing up the stairs?
Yeah.
Why?
Something must have happened up there.
Okay, one of my skeletons is throwing an error. Kemo, are you doing that?
No.
I said, you're not Kemo.
She said Kemo, but Kemo stepped away.
Oh, I heard
Oh,
Mo,
right.
so I thought she was like doing a cute
Mo.
nickname for
Oh,
Moriarty.
no, she ain't. The relationship isn't to that point yet. Calm down.
Hey, I don't know.
Freaking bards, man.
Okay, here, I'm just going to let you know, I'll let you know this one for
I
free.
love you so much.
You told your skeletons, like, forever ago, to let you know if they saw anything weird. And you never rescinded that, so...
Fair enough.
I'll give you that one for free.
There's an anomaly on the stairs. One of the skeletons noticed something.
Alright, that's nice. Timber?
Is out of
Timber's still in
earshot.
the wall.
Timber is still inside the magic wall.
Right.
Oh,
Alright, I'm back.
boy.
Da 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 da.
Were you listening to what's going on?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's Timo see at the end of the hallway? He's
How far can I disperse this rat swarm to keep it to have eyes in multiple locations?
You can disperse it pretty far. You have a range of 180, right?
Yeah.
180 feet in any direction.
All right. I'm gonna send a few over to the stairwell to look up it and see what's at the top, if anything.
Just the hallway of murals.
Whatever's there isn't there now, and Jeffrey can't exactly communicate what it was that he saw. Well, I mean, there's no brain in there.
Well, Jeffrey was the one who was holding the torch as he was coming back down.
maybe go run up with the torch real quick and run back down.
Actually, yes, Gar, could you maybe scout up there?
Okay.
I'm going to have one of the rats. I'm gonna have one of the rats run up his leg and perch on his shoulder, so that way I can keep an eye on what's going on as well. Just in case Gar runs into trouble, I can say, "Oh shit."
Okay.
If he goes beyond my Dominion range, I still have eyesight. I just won't be able to issue commands to the rat.
Yeah. Gar, with that perception at the top of the stairs, you feel like, something is different, but you can't quite figure out what. It feels like you're being looked at almost, but also looking around, there's no one around at all, even if you start waving the torch around.
This is with him holding the green torch?
This is with him holding the torch.
And I'm going to put the rat's paw on the torch.
Alright.
What does that do?
Do I suddenly get the sensation of being watched?
Yes, you do. You may also roll me a perception check if you want.
Perception, there you are. Oh. There are certain downsides to spreading your perception across multiple bodies.
The funniest part, you hit the DC. All right. So as you're looking around, it's a little bit disorienting, especially that, every time your attention flickers to one of the other rats, you no longer get that sinking feeling that you're being watched. And then every time you swap back to it, it's just all that's there. But eventually, you have the rat crane its head up, and you see, whereas before the end of the murals was the, it was a rather nice depiction, but, also brutal, of Adric striking down Cyric. Whereas now, both Adric and Cyric are looking directly out, at you. The mural no longer has their heads pointed towards each other. Instead, they're both looking out towards you.
Oh, that is creepy as shit. Gar, slowly back away from the mural. I just realized he can't hear me. I hate not. The rat is just squeaking and very agitated and looking at the mural.
And yanking my collar back.
What
Do you
collar?
move
Wait,
at all?
what? Since when does Gar have a collar?
He's a good boy.
Okay, no. Let's not start that. You'll get Zim going.
The top of the shirt.
Shirt collar.
Oh,
He has a
shirt
shirt?
collar. Okay.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, he has a shirt? Hold on.
I honestly
Revelation.
thought he just went topless.
I mean, he is barbarian. It's the default.
Yeah. He has leather armor.
Right, no, that's true. He has
Yeah,
the weird
so,
bunny
yeah.
nose.
The rat appears to be very focused on the mural and is trying to get Gar's attention. Of course, Moriarty would have heard Rose saying that, trying to say it to Gar, before realizing, oh yeah, I'm split between multiple locations right now.
So I'll take the torch back down.
All right. As you move, go ahead and roll me a quick perception check.
I keep forgetting that Gar just has these giant goofy ass bunny ears he's wearing.
No, I mean it's weird how insistent the rat is, but you know, it's all fine.
Coming down. Okay, guys, I didn't notice anything up there.
Okay, so, Gar, funny story, true story, the mural was staring at you. More specifically, at you and the rat.
Well, I didn't pay much attention to the mural as we were going by it in the first place, so...
It wasn't before. Before, when we passed, they were the two figures were looking at each other. But when you touched the rat with the torch, the mural was very visibly looking directly at the rat. Not quite sure what that means, but it's creepy as fuck.
It means we have a key to see hidden spots.
Yeah.
Speaking of Gar, you can clearly see that now there's a doorway where Timber went in.
Rose, she's going to hold a hand up. Gar, could you put that in my hand for a second?
Would you rather it in your hand or one of your brat's
my
hands?
hand personally. I need to. I'm trying something.
Okay, and I'll put it in Rose's hand.
Does anything happen with the rats that were on the section of wall that isn't wall?
Yeah, they fall.
If I'm holding it, it extends to anything that I'm controlling. So the entire swarm is benefiting from the true sight right now. Or that's not true sight, just whatever fuckery is going on here.
Tomb sight.
Tomb sight, that, yes.
You can very obviously notice, though, that, like, the torch that you're holding right now, like, the light radius does reach to the wall where the brats were.
So it's still limited by the range of the torch.
You can probably see Temple at the end of the hallway.
Yeah.
So we
Is
just
he
need
just
everyone
standing
holding
there?
onto the
What's
torch
Temple?
and walk through.
Yeah. Is
Yeah,
Timber
everyone
just
hold
standing there
hands.
menacingly?
Temple menacingly, always. What's Temple see? Menacingly.
You mean, like, you know, through the door, or through, like, back through the hallway where the others are?
Temple's trying to see what's at the end of the hallway.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the end of the hallway just sort of like ends flush with a door.
Hey guys, there's a door. Timbo starts like pulling his chain back and wrapping it up.
Should we check it
Well,
out?
I mean, we've checked out everything else so far. Why not?
All right,
Well,
I'm gonna be.
Everyone, hold hands. Come in.
All right, I'm going to be leaving Jeffrey and McRib behind. I'm bringing Billy with me.
All right.
Moriarty holds Rose's hand.
I'm also going to be leaving one of the birds behind with the instruction that if anything enters that room other than us returning, it's just to start cawing as loud as it can. Just continual bird calls as loud as it can. So I'm leaving an alarm in place.
Paw and dodge.
Yeah, caw and just start flying around the room and making all the noise it possibly can if anything enters that room.
Timbo's
Anything
gonna
other
come
than
back
us,
and reach his
yeah.
hand out to the party.
Rose, do you want to take Timber's hand?
I'm already holding Moriarty's. So I'm holding the torch
Kemo,
with
grab my
Moriarty.
hand.
Come on, boys. Won't you take a poor sinner's hand?
No. Screw off.
Okay.
What's wrong?
I will take the hand.
And suddenly, doorway.
Oh. It has the transitive property.
All right, guys, let's make a daisy chain. Grab my tail.
All right.
No time to
We're going on
explain. Grab my tail.
Yeah, no time to explain. Grab my tail.
I grab his tail.
No time
with
to
my
explain.
other
Grab my tail. Okay, and Timbo starts marching, leading the group to the
hand. He's so
door,
poofy.
and
That's an old me.
I think you
it's
broke.
covered in chainmail.
You broke Timber for a moment there.
It's covered in chainmail, but yes, it's incredibly floofy. Yeah, Timber goes to open the door.
Hooray. The doorway opens. And
Timber's the
inside,
slowest.
yep. And inside, you see a rather familiar sight. It looks just like the mural.
Does it look like the same hallway?
Yeah.
Like, as in we just looped?
Roll a perception.
Can I roll a perception?
Yeah, everyone can roll a visual perception if they want.
Let's
Perception
go.
and perception.
Perception
Go for
screech.
it. Go, 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 go.
Prescription
Do, 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 do.
We all can't roll ass, right?
We're doing much better this time.
Hey, Bobcat and Caterpillar, see?
Yeah, they see.
Lucky
They
them.
see through our eyes somehow.
Wait a minute, are they named after construction
18
equipment?
to
Yes.
perception.
Yes, we
Yeah.
discussed this.
I just now noticed.
Me too.
I'm
Alright.
slow.
Everyone except for Timber can clearly see that while this is built the exact same way, the details on the murals are kind of slightly different.
The twins are going to trace the lines of the mural. Since they
Are
can
they
see it,
making a
apparently.
mural back in town?
Apparently, yeah.
Somewhere in the distance, Caterpillar is just going full Dr. Xavier.
Just beam the information of the mural over.
Yeah.
Mental beam ray.
That is the ultimate
Timbo's going
goal
to
of
issue a
them.
command. Timbo's going to issue out a command. Platoon! March! And begins marching. Oh, squad, yeah. Squad, march!
Meow 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 meow
Wrong army.
meow 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 meow
Wrong army!
meow 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 meow.
Just going to have a couple of rats wrap around his mouth. Just hold his snout shut.
With all those meows, you'd think that that Kurt was a lesbian, with alias MY, lesbian. Because that's the cat area. Lesbian authority.
Before I start singing the Balkistani national anthem at the top of my lungs, just march.
I want to hear it.
It goes bork, 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 bork.
Sky the Evolve.
Well, luckily,
but
Bobcat's not here, so...
They do, but he would have to issue a command to them, and it would be a contested charisma check.
Yeah.
That's if he does something that would go against what Rose wants them to do.
Or vice versa.
Yeah.
So
But-
they're going down the hall.
Yeah.
All
Interestingly,
aboard the temple train, choo-choo.
Most of it appears to be like almost the exact same, with just some minor differences. Until you get to the spot where originally it was the handshake. And this time, instead, it's much more of a plead. And interestingly, there's an additional pair of figures. It also includes a girl and a boy.
It'd probably be just
If
easier
the girl and the
for
boy
everyone to
happened to
climb
be a rabbit... Sorry, go on.
I was gonna say, it's probably easier for everyone just to ride up on Timble's backpack and shoulders.
If the girl and the boy happened to be a rabbit and a fox, I'm taking you up behind the woodshed.
No, it's not. No, it's an adult female and a young boy.
Human?
Much like Adric himself.
Yeah, usually if Taldarius doesn't specify, it's human because he prefers those apes.
Yeah, shut up.
Whomies?
There are plenty of
Taldarius
furries in
isn't
this
a
world,
furry?
and you should know.
Yeah.
I'm the furriest of
Like,
the furries.
Half the conscripts are furries.
Look.
Listen.
I am Benoy. I am the definition of furry. I have the furriest fur.
Listen, when I was DM, I went out of my way to commission tokens just so everything could be furry.
Yeah.
And then no one ever used them.
I know, it still makes me sad.
I think
They're
you
in
use
the
gold
assets and
dog.
fantasy grounds. Anyone can use them, please.
You use
take a look at
gold
some.
dogs as Wolven. You used the gold dogs as Wolven before. I remember that.
Besides, it ain't like anyone ever told me
okay.
this. How was I supposed to know?
Zim, you need to
Oh.
start telling people this.
Yeah, he
can
said
I
it a
roll
couple
to?
times out there.
Can I roll a knowledge? Would it be knowledge religion, knowledge history?
Knowledge
For,
religion or knowledge history. Yeah, You kind of distinctly remember that in some versions of the story of Adric that you've picked up once or twice. In some of them, he was single, and then the other one, he had a wife and a kid. That never really featured much, though.
Is this the kind of story where he like tragically kills his own family?
He made a deal with a trickster god. Here's the formula that's playing out in my head. Made a deal with a trickster god to get some good, magnificent thing, possibly the very broken sword that we now have. Then the price turned out to be his wife and son, and then he's like, "Oh no, you didn't," and that's when he, ran up and chewed on the tower until it fell over.
Man, Adric must have a mighty jawline. Because Timbo took that literally.
I mean, I've still got a lot of missing pieces, but that's a tale as old as time when it comes to that sort of thing. Person makes a deal. There was a dirty, underhanded thing as part of that deal. Then they decide to take revenge against the person who gave them the bad deal to begin with.
With a BB
People
gun.
betray each other? Gasp.
The BB gun.
It was like, people betray each other? Gasp.
Kemo, please roll me just a roll me that check too. Just whichever one.
Which one?
Knowledge. The classic
knowledge,
bargain.
either religion or history.
History.
Oh.
You remember that, something or other speech-inspiring lesson story. Boring. It was something that your dad put a lot of emphasis on for some reason, but you never really saw the point in.
Can Timbo roll a religion check?
You know what? Sure.
Hell yeah. Watch it be terrible.
Oh, that's actually really fucking good. You know that this was the very minor spread that this story had in the Wolven Imperium was specifically to make sure that every Wolven knew about the duplicity and trickery and untrustworthiness and absolute badness of any god that is not the Kaiserin.
This is a cautionary tale. Obviously.
So the wife and the son did get ganked.
Mm-hmm.
You can't trust the gods, except for the Kaiser. This is the example that they gave me, the trickster god.
Well, I mean, in general, all gods are pretty
Yeah, as soon as
Most
Woe
gods
says
are
that,
pretty
as soon as Woe says that, she's choked by the collar and Timble.
Except for two noteworthy exceptions. Fuck.
Slowly let go.
And
I just imagine Hades and Timble both choking. Oh.
Just like Hades is
Okay, it is no fair doing that when I can't dodge. She's wagging her finger at the air next to Timber.
And think,
Okay,
Timber's bringing his weapon and Kemo's bringing his soul.
I won't do that again. Unless you betray me.
I'll try not to betray you again. Timber go, wait, what do you mean again?
I mean, Temple already realized you hid something from him. So he's just probably going to think about that.
That was just me being silly, but actually, yeah, holy shit, I have betrayed him. Emotional damage.
And then you just get the the little blip, the Wolven will remember that even though they're gone.
How? How do they do it?
Can't
The
keep
same
getting
way.
away with it.
The same way the twins do it.
They have
Bold of
heresy
you to
radar.
assume it's just you do realize all Wolven were chained to this exact same leash, right?
Anyways,
Alright.
I feel like we should continue.
Do we see anything else? Yeah. Trickster God did trickery. Imagine my shock.
You're shocked?
I was trying to achieve the humor.
You do humor?
But yeah, as you go through the hall, it's mostly the same story from there out, except there's a few more added in panels of, Adric going to royal court to try and, like, receive aid and being turned away at everyone.
Oh,
then-
hey. Getting turned down for assistance when he's desperately in need. When has that ever happened to anybody else? I wonder.
Nobody in our party.
And then, at the end of the hallway, whereas before, it was the normal where, Adric is stabbing Cyric, and, they're looking at each other. Then, when the torch was there, it was both of them looking at, the torchbearer. And now, it's Cyric, with a rather mischievous grin looking at the Watcher with a single finger to his lips. In the universal shush motion.
Why do I get the feeling there is a god at the bottom of this tomb that's laughing at us?
Tempo's gonna muffle her mouth with his paw, and just start walking with his gauntlet up and the typical be quiet tactical motion.
Mirroring the look of Cyric.
Yeah, and then he.
All right.
Well, the you clench your fist and raise it up, and then he's just gonna start looking around.
Yes,
Alright,
what we're going to find at the bottom of this tomb.
Actually, after processing what Timber's doing and what the mural says, she's actually going to take her horseshoes off so that she'll be walking quieter on the cobbles.
You can just
She
take
will
those
not
off?
Yes, they're clip-on.
Oh. I thought those were like hammered in.
Okay, so when it comes to horses and oxen, they're nailed in directly, but for jackalopes, we put in anchors, and the anchors themselves can be twisted to connect and disconnect. It's a hell of a lot more convenient because you don't want to be wearing metal on fine finished wood floors.
Ka-thunk.
Fair enough.
Ka-thunk. Ka-thunk.
Also, some people, they like swapping them out for rubber ones, which are, much better for like athletic stuff, less jarring on the ankles.
I was gonna say, why don't you just wear little booties?
Ka-thunk. Ka-thunk. You can tell Tempo's trying. He really is.
It was, yeah. after the brief little explanation that no, jackalopes actually can swap their footwear. They don't have traditional nails on their hooves. They actually have clips. They have clips for the clip clops. She will be following along behind.
The stupid thing that's going to be at the bottom of this tomb is going to be another one of Adric's stones.
Kathunk. Kathunk. Kathunk.
You know, now that I think about it, you're probably like one of the very few people who I've known that like have hooves.
Kathunk.
Oh, they're not exactly common.
Kathunk.
They're not exactly common among the sentient races, which is weird, all things considered. I guess it's just weird from my perspective because I grew up with them.
My legs in bed.
Kathunk.
Them?
Kathunk.
Yes.
Chunk chunk. Kathunk. Chunk chunk. Kathunk. Chunk chunk. Kathunk.
All
chunk
right.
chunk.
You guys are now the bottom.
Really?
And
They found Moriarty finally?
Ba.
By the way, I would like to point out that even with her removing the shoes to try to be quieter, she does have, where is it? Could have sworn. Oh, I know. I think that was actually, yeah, that was in the D&D. It was a fault that I took. I don't know if it made it over to Pathfinder. I had the blatant fault.
What's that?
You get a penalty to all stealth checks.
I think
None shall
basically,
see me, though my battle cry might give me away.
I took it because she's not exactly a stealthy person, and also because, you know, the sound of hooves.
Yeah.
So blatant exists in Pathfinder. It's a major drawback. I don't know if you took it or not.
I don't see it anywhere. I know I took it at
Probably-
some point, whether it was Pathfinder or D&D, but I don't know where to
Probably
look on my
D&D.
sheet.
All right. Well, for now, just roll it normally. We'll take a look.
Here we go, boys. -6.
Oh my god.
Thunk, chunk, chunk. Thunk, chunk, chunk. Oh, nice.
How is it Gar gets a nat 20 and Moriarty still rolls higher?
He's got a +1. I've got a +14.
Yeah, that tracks for
okay,
the fox. Sneaky foxes.
It's okay. It's okay, guys. It's okay. I'm the distraction.
Kemo, are you going to be trying to be quiet? That it really matters since Timber is... Yeah.
Yeah, I'll try.
Hey.
I just vanish into the darkness.
I am the night.
On into the dark. Moriarty. All right.
I like what Tiberian Kid said. Bards have to be good at sneaking out of bedroom windows.
Timber has been granted a natural 20.
How is he so stealthy?
Even with a natural
No, I
20,
think
that's a 14.
That's a 14.
Now, granted, a natural 20 to throw on my next one, or that I use now?
No, Sky said wanted to be retroactive. So
Okay.
instead, you rolled a 14.
Which means that Rose is still the loudest person in the party.
Yep.
She's trying. You know, hooves are just very loud naturally. There's not much to be done for it.
Yeah.
14's not that good anyways.
Rosalia?
What?
I mean, feel free to take this the wrong way, but would you like me to carry you?
Yeah, fine. Putting the shoes back on and just letting Moriarty pick her up.
He carries her bridal style.
All right, someone start playing "Accidentally in Love."
All right. No. What should play is Tenacious D when he's trying to do the stealth mission. City, attack on the city or something.
I don't know that one.
Oh, it's a classic. I'll DM it to you later. It's hilarious.
All right. So, you guys get to the bottom, and everyone, even Timber, hears some faint chanting.
Yes, to Domine. Whack.
Donda eis requie.
Whack.
What?
Okay, shut up, silent monks.
I am not dead yet. I can dance and I can sing. I am not dead yet. I can do the Highland thing.
Somebody carry my torch.
Moriarty blinks at Timber as he's carrying a whole ass Rosalia.
She's got two hands?
I'm using them to hold on to Moriarty.
Very tightly, I might add.
Rose, be careful.
Okay,
the last time we faced a bunch of chanting people, you almost
We
died.
ended up in another reality.
Timber's gonna put the edge of the torch, like I guess a cigar or something, in his mouth and just withdraw his longsword, roll his eyes, and start marching in.
You're smoking it like a cigarette.
Yeah. You swear Timber's taking puffs.
He's hitting that good magic.
Yeah.
It'll help you see things.
Yeah.
He's smoking that green.
Yeah, I'm smoking that gray, man.
So, on the inside is a rather complicated setup. There's a rather large amount of hooded figures, all on the outsides of a rather complicated drawing on the ground. Marking out here, crossing here. Overall, it looks very, very complicated.
Does it look like runic sketchings?
Of a kind, yes.
Okay.
And presiding over this is a group of paladins, along with some retinue, that have a very familiar look to them. Specifically, you could swear that this was the same kind of armor that one group in a place far, far away had on in a certain basement.
Do I see him?
Roll perception.
Can I roll perception too?
Yeah, maybe
sure.
time. Oh, all I see is Moriarty.
You're the apple of my eye.
What's 6 are?
Timber rolls a straight perception and gets higher.
Yeah.
Well, now Timber's actually paying attention now because there's cultists, and that's his favorite thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought heresy was your favorite thing.
Exactly.
So that's everyone that can roll this check. Sorry, Kemo, you were not there.
It's okay.
However, if you guys want to try to
so does that mean that
identify,
the twins can?
if you want to roll to like ethereally know that's sure.
They smell heresy on the wind.
I love how, despite rolling so bad on the dice, they still rolled better than most of the party.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because they're mentless.
So, Moriarty, you see the man. And as for Bobcat and Caterpillar, you get the feeling that Rose is about to be reunited with a nice old friend.
Arming murder. Murder.exe has been loaded.
Oh god.
I'm just throwing cow traps around Taldarius' floor. Don't mind me.
Yeah, I saw those D4s.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, what the?
Stop throwing caltrips at me, Zip. All of you, stop. No more caltrips. I'm already a willing prisoner. Why are you throwing caltrips around my location?
In case you change your mind.
Just Legos. Just keeps throwing Legos. You monster.
Somewhere there exists a person who has sharpened Legos. Let us never forget that war crime.
I mean, you guys
yes, Sky did play the all-in card, so next attack is a crit if it hits, or a fumble if it misses.
Yep.
This poses a problem, because the moment that Moriarty points out who that paladin is...
There's multiple.
Well, you know, Timber's gonna march in the typical Timber fashion.
Yep.
And just
if anyone wants to try to identify the ritual, either knowledge religion or knowledge arcana.
Timber's specifically going to try to interrupt it while everyone does their super sneaky stuff. Timber's gonna do more things.
Anyone else?
I guess Temple can maybe do a glance as walking up to it.
All right. It is rather big and sprawling, so.
Yeah.
All right. So, Rose, you think that it's some sort of binding of some sort. You're not entirely sure about the details.
Did he not kill the god, but bound it instead?
So Moriarty's just not saying anything about the one particular paladin being here?
Moriarty?
He may be muted.
Wait, I know the ritual. It's a ritual to keep sleeping gods down.
Oh, come on, Zim. No, bad. Bad. Oh, there he is.
Bad. It must have worked on Moriarty. The sleeping god went down.
Well, oh god. Well, let me know when I can do something.
Yep.
Because I
think he might be rebooting this connection.
Yeah. What client are you representing?
Are you negotiating with the ritual?
Yes, they are representing the god in this. It is against the ritual.
Well, thankfully for you, my religion is interrupting shit like this, so. Objection!
Now here's where Timber throws the first stone.
Alright, so. Yeah, Timbo marches in and just goes, "Hey boys, I'm back!" They probably don't have any idea who this fucking weird ass paladin is.
Yeah, pretty much none of them do.
Yeah.
What's going on here? Who are these people? You guys seem to know them.
Timbo looks like he's ready to fucking fight these guys.
Rose will be dropping the flesh bond control of the rats, and so it's returning senses to herself.
All right,
I'll be
Kemo,
turning
it's your
towards Kemo.
turn. It's your turn for the custody of the brats.
Yay!
Oh my god! Oh my god!
My babies. Mashquits to me!
Do not.
Well,
No,
I
you
mean,
stay right
that'd
there.
be nice. That'd be nice if the rats could actually find you, Kemo. Mr. Invisible.
I just realized something. Because of Master's presence, when she issues these commands, she's doing it telepathically. And I'm assuming that Kemo is doing something similar. So you just see her glaring at the rats as the rats don't know whether to go to her or to a massive shadow on the floor. Kemo, you gonna roll charisma check?
Yes.
Shadowy puddle, please.
I don't know why you're even bothering to roll. I mean,
+7.
You really need to just roll off of your sheet.
Oh, I can do that. I forgot I could do that.
I'm a player
Roll again.
now. I'm a real player.
Oh, almost.
that one so badly wanted to be the result.
Yeah, the brats are. It's the weekend, so Kemo has custody.
It's Daddy's turn.
Meanwhile, the brats are looking at Rosalia. So do we call Kemo Daddy or Moriarty Daddy?
You call Caterpillar and Bobcat fourth wall abusing pricks.
This
It's
is
okay, my
exactly
babies.
why I crusade.
This
Why
exact
do you think we
situation right
fortify
here.
everything?
I'm just trying to hopefully stall for time a little bit until Moriarty gets back, but I think his computer might have just outright died or something. Or his internet went out.
Or he fell asleep and those things happened.
Well, since he's no longer part of the mage game, I thought that he took naps before these games so that he'd be awake for him. Not that I hadn't
Well, the
fallen
show
asleep
must
during
go
these
on.
games before. Yep.
Show must go on.
So I guess I'll leave it up to Taldarius' discretion whether Moriarty would have pointed out that he recognized that man.
Sure.
Yeah, Kemo? So the moment that Moriarty points out, hey Rose, isn't that the guy that did the thing? She looks absolutely pissed and she is readying her scythe. Whatever that paladin did, she is pissed and is no longer focusing on anything else in the room.
To the point she doesn't even care about the rats anymore.
Yeah, that's why the charisma check on the rats was so bad.
It seems he has not noticed you at all and is just looking at the ritual.
Do, 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 do.
Should I just drown them all?
Now, we have to be ready for this. Are these the same people as we faced before? Or are these innocents?
Damn it. You make a valid argument, Gar. Part of me wants to erase them, but Timber, I'm following your lead here.
All right. What's going on?
He's straight just gonna just walk up to him and go, "What's going on?"
All right.
Yeah.
As you approach, one of the other paladins, along with a few soldiers, of their underlings, kind of stand in front of your path, to mean that you can't get closer to the ritual. What's going on is strictly none of your business.
These guards won't stop me because they're below my eye line.
You know, we were told that.
Sorry.
We were told that before, and then an entire reality ended. Care for round 2?
You get the feeling that behind their helmets they were kind of looking at each other a little bit with a little bit of a confused look. And then eventually the paladin just kind of goes, "Then you probably should have learned your lesson about butting in."
Then you probably should have learned your lesson about not telling us what the hell's going on.
I'm Moriarty.
Hello, I'm alive again.
He just says that to the people.
Just takes the amulet off. Hello, I'm alive again.
This is strictly none of your business. This is official.
Official what?
Official business.
Well, I can make the argument I'm on official business.
Well, see, here's the thing. I still owe somebody for this. I just pointing at the antler and ear. And that guy right there just so happens to have the face of the person who did this to me. What exactly is going on here makes the difference for whether he is the one who did it to me or an innocent person from a different reality who just happens to be a different version of him. Which is the difference as to whether or not I'm going to begin swinging. So I ask again, what are you doing?
Allow me to be completely clear for you. I cannot tell you what's going on here.
For the eyes!
I cannot tell you. Go for the eyes!
Timing. Alright, let's see this.
Well, yeah, let's see
what
You
this
apparently killed poor Merle Crane.
I fumbled the words. Leave me alone.
Let's see.
I was trying to get the words straight, okay?
Meanwhile, Moriarty can't or won't.
The true Chaos Lord strikes again.
Oh boy. I hate it already. I don't even know what it is.
I like how this is what Japper thought up. This specifically. Alright, yeah, you know what? Sure. Jaffer.
I'm a puppy. I'm a puppy.
And now we're bullying AB when he's not here. Alright. So after saying that, the paladin kind of shifts back and forth a little bit and apparently catches something very slightly wrong. as multiple buckles on his armor fails, and it falls to the ground.
You know,
Well,
I
so
feel like
nice.
this. I feel like the signs taking place around me get more and more blatant with every passing day.
Alright, whatever. I already know how this ends. Draw your weapons and die with honor.
Timber, we don't have the stone this time.
But I have stones.
Listen, we've tried to cooperate with them in the past. If they can't cooperate, we already know
hold
how
on.
this ends.
Wait. He said that he can't tell me what it is. So can you tell me what it is not? I swear, if you say it is not my business, I am going to stab you.
A bagel.
Alright, so he's doing his best to pretend like his armor has not just fallen off of him. Because at the very least, like, he still has on his gambeson and all. It's just like, his plate all below his his helmet, and then above like his gauntlets. It's just all gone.
Wait, storyteller! Does Temple recognize this uniform?
Of gambeson?
Yes.
Roll knowledge history.
Yes, you recognize the pink polka dots on his underwear.
I'm known as stark white underwear.
To be fair, Gambeson usually is just padded shirt.
It is, yeah. So it was generally worn underneath the plate armor. Specifically, it would be like gambeson and then chainmail and then plate.
Let's see if Temple paid attention to people he killed.
Like if it was a tabard, that might actually be.
Well, no,
Okay.
the tabard goes above.
Right, but like the tabard is also like the signifying uniform / colors.
Okay, I was gone for a moment. Did he Sorry. Did he recognize the uniform?
That's what he was rolling.
That's what he was rolling for.
Okay. Sorry. So Caddy tabbed out of Fallout New Vegas and it broke the audio. So the radio was just playing big iron, big iron, big iron, big iron, big iron.
Yeah,
Timber's
pump
theme.
it up.
And celebrate lasses and celebrate lasses.
Hey, crank that soldier boy.
Down the staircase came a paladin one fine day.
And don't forget everyone's
riding
favorite.
from the north side, slowly looking all around. No one there would do his business or they would make a slip. Stranger there among them had a big sword on his hip.
Big sword on his hip.
Oh my god.
The stranger there among them was Big Iron.
Big Iron.
Please, let's just
That's just Timber.
continue.
He is the Big Iron.
I am the Big Iron.
He is Big Iron, we said, oh shit. Big Iron, we said, oh shit.
But, no, he is not wearing any sort of recognizable gambeson. Or tabard.
Timber, you
Put
may
your
have
armor
to
back
look on
on.
that sword.
Put your armor back on so we can have a proper glorious battle. I swear, heretics get worse every freaking day.
He's gonna shift a little bit uncomfortably and then elbow one of the soldiers next to him. As the soldier then slowly starts to carefully put the armor back on the paladin.
Tim was sitting here shaming the guy's uniform.
Timber.
So seriously though, you can't tell us anything because I'd really rather not have to kill you again.
Again, let me be clear. I cannot tell you what's going on here.
They're oath-bound.
Right. Can anyone else tell us what's going on?
Timber, show your sword.
Oh yeah, that'll work.
Timber withdraws his sword and presents it.
All right. Let's see if he
Go for the
recognizes.
eyes, Boo! Go for the eyes!
Draw the sword. Now go for the eyes.
I think I'm gonna guess what this is.
Never just falls off again.
But
Sorry, I was doing the Stream Raiders thing.
all right, I'm gonna accept this, but I'm gonna do a slight amendment, a very slight one. The soldier finishes buckling up the the paladin's armor again. Gives himself like a self-satisfied nod, slaps the paladin on the back, and all the armor falls off again. It does like the little like all good pat, and then the armor all falls off.
This is what you get for not buying Imperial Standard.
And now
Moriarty's doing that little.
Oh, go ahead.
Moriarty's doing that little like barely contained laugh where it's like in your mouth and you're doing that, but you're trying not to laugh.
Can we please?
Oh, Moriarty, +3 to that.
Can we please at least pretend? Like, you know what? This entire situation is comical in all the worst ways.
The paladin at this point is just looking at the soldier.
Look, we know that this ritual has something to do with containing a god. We know because we were in a reality where it failed before. The more information we have, the less likely it is to fail a second time. And quite frankly, I'm not a big fan of getting sent into a third reality. Although, I do still owe a disfiguring injury to that asshole. At this point, I don't care which reality version of him it is.
Well, if you have the experience that you claim to have, then you should know to leave well enough alone.
Unless you're doing something terrible that we don't agree with, that we actively want to stop.
I've been told. See, here's the thing: we don't know whether you're reinforcing this seal or whether you're trying to undo it. It's entirely possible that last time we were too late to stop you from undoing it, and that's what broke that reality. You see the impasse that we're at here. You know the answer to this question, but you're not allowed to tell me.
Do they recognize the sword, GM?
All right, yeah. So you pulled out the sword, and it's a little bit hard because the the full face helmet, at least for the paladin. The soldiers don't recognize anything, but the paladin kind of visibly has a moment of shock before reining himself back in.
If you can't tell us, can you point us to someone who can, so that we can make an informed decision and maybe not kill people?
Well, if you want to know someone to talk to, he's going to motion the soldier on his left, who then hands the paladin a a piece of parchment as well as a writing utensil. I would recommend going to this address and introducing yourself as a friend of the Guardians of the Tomb.
Alright, so that's your title? You're the Guardians of the Tomb? Because if so, that does help a
no.
lot, just that alone.
Well, it's not the official title, but it is much more...
They'll know who we're
usable.
talking about.
Yes, it's much more usable.
And as for the man who took my antler,
I have no idea what you're talking.
that one right there behind you.
Rosalia,
He's very pointedly not looking at which one you're pointing.
Rosalia, dear.
What?
You previously had stated that you had the understanding that this man is not necessarily the person who did this to you. And right now, I don't know if we want that trouble.
Somebody owes me an antler and an ear.
I can give you an antler.
How many people are in the room here?
Oh, there's a lot of people in here.
In fact, I'm willing to give you 2 antlers if you spare the ear.
Moriarty, even... Okay, first off, it doesn't work like that in the slightest. Second, it's the principle of the thing.
How large is the chamber?
Okay, so this is like a giant, like, cavernous room. And second of all, there is no less than 5 paladins that are, like, identifiable as so, who each have their own little, like, squad of soldiers that they sort of, like, lead around or order to go to places. As well as a couple lesser equipped looking folks who are just kind of, like, standing around at places and acting as gophers for the black robe figures that are leaning down around the ritual, chanting, doing things, burning this, burning that, incense, yada yada yada, all the good stuff.
One of them has a deck of cards and they're playing solitaire.
But yeah, so that's the general scene going around. There's a fair amount of people in here. So it seems like this room was built specifically around a rather large, pure white unmarked tomb that the ritual is centered around.
Rosalia. Rosalia.
Yes, Timber?
My standing orders are to destroy things like this when I run upon them. This doesn't feel right.
I'm in the camp of interrupting the ritual, if for no other reason than being able to punch him in the face and cut something valuable off of his body. See how he likes it. But there's a chance that if we do that, we may end up getting sent through the rift again. And I don't want to get sent to another world again. Last time, I ended up half undead and stuck with a cursed collar. I do not want to know what'll happen next time.
There's a major difference. We don't have the stone this time.
We don't know if that will make a difference. And also, I should state that, just, for the sake of argument, we don't know that this is exactly, the same guy who did that thing, so maybe he should be the one that gets punished for another universe's...
Morty! Can I see your canteen?
They disrupt this ritual and we move over to the ROW system and now everybody's Pokemon.
Do you want to see my canteen or do you want to see my flask?
Your flask.
Do it again, we somehow end up in World of Darkness.
Do it again, and
Wow,
you somehow
so-
end up as Mooks and Exalted.
Yeah, let's go, dude.
Non-exalted, exalted. See how it goes.
Yeah, let's do
God.
exalted. I'll become exalted.
Non-exalted, exalted. Let's go.
Timber, if I give you
That would be
this
fun.
flask. Timber, if I give you this flask. You're not gonna fight things, right?
Just give me the flask.
Timber, you're avoiding the question, which means you're trying to avoid having to lie.
The only one I'm really worried about, if we want to deal with them, are the paladins. I think I can
I
handle
will
all
not
the other
fight
ones.
anything that doesn't attack me.
All right. That's
Oddly specific.
you. Hold on. You won't fight anything
Joke.
that doesn't attack you. Okay, I think that checks out. He gives you the flask.
Temple chugs it, screws the bottle, the lid back on, gives it back to Moriarty, and starts marching upstairs.
The twins are meanwhile sitting on the roof of the construction house, nomming on bread. No one knows where they got it from.
I was
They
about to
have
say.
a loaf of bread.
I was about to say, I don't think you had that in an inventory slot, Tim.
No, they just came. They swooped by when what's his name, the Superboy wizard,
Vesk.
and they stole from him. Yeah, they swoop in on Vesk as he's putting the bread out, to cool.
Yes!
The pioneer thing. Yeah.
He puts them out to cool and they just swipe all the loaves when his
At least
back
a
is
couple.
turned.
Alright, so you've snatched Vesk's bread.
Yes, we'll remember this.
Just
Timbo's
hoovered up a bunch of it.
Timbo's marching up. He's done with this. He's out.
Rose is just going to give an exasperated sigh, start heading back out. But on her way out, she's going to just, whatever nearby expensive looking object she notices, she's going to smack it with the scythe on her way out the door.
Go for the eyes,
Alright.
Boo! Go for the eyes! Rusk!
All right. So
How
are
many
we
of
heading
those
to
does
this
he
address
have?
then?
How many of those does
I
Jaffer
was just-
have?
Oh, Jaffer could do
I
this
was
for a
just gonna
while.
say.
Sorry,
Fireball, basically. I was gonna
You
say
don't
as soon as
understand
Rose
how many
gets
points.
Hey, let Timber talk.
Yeah.
Sorry.
as soon as Rose gets upstairs and away from everything, kind of following the way out that Temple went, you can just see he's like against one of the walls, just like banging his head against his forehead against it.
For once, I'm in total agreement with you.
Okay, Jaffer, while I know you've got a whole bunch of crowns, I'm still denying it because it's too high. Try to keep it a little bit more appropriate to, the influence level more appropriate to what you're redeeming.
Oh, did he try, like, overspending wildly?
Yeah.
He can do that.
I'll
though.
send you what I'll send you what he requested. But he spent a game.
Jaffer...
Oh, I missed the
Jaffer's in
punching
second.
part. Okay, I guess that would be a game breaking. Actually, my bad. I only read the first half and before the end, and was like, that is just a simple, moderate at most.
Your Honor, my client pleads oopsie
All right.
daisy.
Here, let me. My client pleads oopsie daisy wagga baba bobo.
Okay, well, I already denied it, so redeem it again, Jaffer. My bad.
Alright, should I actually go and look to see what it is?
Oh yeah, go ahead and look.
Alright, let me tab out.
After that, after Rose says all things, Temple's just gonna say,
Go for the eyes, Boo!
thank you for the
Go
snack.
for the eyes! Rask!
Yeah, thank you for the snack, but I must do atonement now.
Wait, okay, sorry, I didn't realize that you were talking again. Say again.
Oh, thank you for the snack, but I must make atonement now.
Atonement for what?
He didn't do his duty.
He didn't kill them.
Well, that depends on whether Taldarius accepts this influence or not.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm not okay. So modifying it slightly so that way we don't have to like go and completely retcon for like the entire thing. You guys can see that away from the rest of the soldiers and the black robe figures and the paladins, the one paladin that you were talking to is following you up the stairs by himself, complete with armor.
Can we help you?
Yes, I do have a manner of, and as he's saying it, the armor that he's wearing slips off yet again. And as he was mid-step when this happens, he trips over the armor and lands a hit quite squarely on Timber as he was flailing and falling to the ground.
Temple will catch him.
Rose is just staring slack-jawed. Like, okay, seriously. What the fuck?
Timber,
Hades is messing with you.
please take 8 damage.
Alright.
And
And then,
thus the
roll a
first
wisdom
blow
saving
was
throw to not be
landed,
smitten.
and the great war began.
Roll a will saving throw to not catch him and throw him way back and look into his eyes.
Okay, he's not a bard, though.
Yeah, Temple's just gonna, grab
Yeah,
him.
yeah, but these are 2 paladins. These are 2 men.
Oh, so you're saying that...
Oh crap!
You see
Sky is
Temple-
right. Hold up.
I was
Sky
thinking
is
about
right.
that.
What?
So I was thinking about that, but the thing is that I didn't have to roll the thing because it was a game-breaking ethereal influence for the hit to happen. So I wasn't sure whether it counts.
That is up to
I was
you
actually
on
about to
whether it
ask.
does or not. It could go either way, but I will leave that to your discretion.
You know what? Even though I didn't have to roll for it, go ahead and pull, bludgeoning.
Oh, no.
I'll be fine.
Decapitation!
No, fucking...
Decapitation with bludgeoning? Holy crap.
Yeah, that would be quite the achievement. Literally, knocked his block off.
Freaking glory killed.
The Vorpal monk.
The Vorpal Palamunk.
Punk? Paladin monk, a punk?
God damn it. This deck will just work with me. There we go.
Oh, is it a crit?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sky the Avali
Sky-
redeemed... Sky the Avali had redeemed a card earlier for the crit fumble.
Right. So the next
since this hit
was
hits,
a crit.
it's a crit.
Yeah. Where I was a bit confused because I didn't technically have to roll for it at all.
This
which is not a
little-
normal use case.
Yeah, but this little piggy, quadruple damage, and your speed is reduced by half until you finish a short rest.
Oh, okay. Well,
When he fell, he landed on Timber's foot.
No. So he starts to fall. So Temple grabs him, but he drops his mace on his toe.
Well, it's going to be a little bit more damage than that,
Yeah,
but that'll be
yeah.
included in the 32 damage.
Oh, what the fuck?
8 times
I
4.
will say, it's not actually like multiplying the amount; it's multiplying the dice.
Oh, it's multiplying the... Okay. Well,
Okay. So just tell me total damage then.
alright. In that case, 17.
17.
That's way more forgiving.
Yeah.
Tempo's gonna, catch the guy, lift him up, put him down, dust him off. You should be more careful.
Yeah, you should just get different armor, I think, at this point.
At this point, I feel I may need to go get myself checked for a curse.
Yes.
That's been happening a lot around us lately. I wouldn't be surprised.
This is why a crusade, because of things like this.
Moriarty knocks on his antlers.
I'm sorry for hitting you in the jaw, by the way.
That was not.
It shall be done, and done well.
It was an accident.
Ignore that card. I had accidentally sent it back instead of accepting. I am derping all over tonight.
It's fine.
Now, if you excuse me, I must atone. Temple starts gimping out.
Yeah. He's gonna, like, quickly try and gather up his armor. He's not gonna bother putting it on this time. He's just gonna, like, keep it in his arms as he, like, awkwardly shuffles away.
You see, Rose? As Temple gimps off. The sacrifices I make for this pack. And he just leaves it at that as he gimps away.
You're a good boy, Timber.
No, I'm not. At his glorious 10 feet tall now.
Yeah.
Now is the mural still having the shush face as we're going back?
No, it does not.
Temple's literally like marching out here with the torch and like puts the torch back where he got it and just doesn't give a shit. He is out of here.
In fact, the mural is now, he still has the same smile. He doesn't have the shush face, but now he has a letter.
A letter?
Like, an envelope in his hand. Like a courier would have.
Oh, I thought he was going to L plus ratio us.
No. I was tempted to make that joke once I realized I said just a letter, but no, he's got like an envelope that like a courier would have.
I guess Temple will start taking it, seeing if he can actually read it.
Oh, okay. So just so you know, this is like the mural is like above the door frame, so you'd have to like really reach.
Timber can reach.
Timber does that one-legged hop thing. He like gets it, but as soon as he lands, he's like, ah!
I assume it's like a letter that we can actually take and not a letter that's part of the mural.
Yeah, it is.
Cool.
Alright. Temple will open and see if it's actually celestial.
As you try to break the wax seal on it, it doesn't budge at all.
Temple will secure it for attempting later with somebody else. Just drag his sorry ass out.
Alright.
Guess who's not eating or sleeping tonight? This guy.
So, do you want to continue exploring the tomb, or are you out of here?
Temple's gonna sit on the wagon and just
We
wait.
should explore the rest of the tomb.
They. Okay, fine. Somebody stop Temple before he sits on the wagon. He's not that fast. Anyone?
Come on, Timber. Let's explore the rest of the tomb.
What about Kemo in all this?
I would like to keep exploring.
Rose?
Error. Rosalia has fallen asleep.
I'm back. I'm back. Sorry. I had actually completely drifted off for a moment there.
Oh, that's not good.
What did I miss?
I called it.
Did
Yeah,
you want to explore the rest of the tomb?
Yes.
Alright.
So we are not engaging in combat with that guy?
Correct.
No.
And the mural gave Timber a note.
Wait, like physically gave him a note?
Well, it was holding it, and Temple grabbed it, and he can't open it. I guess Temple will walk back and gimp back and just hand the letter to Rose, see if she can open it. Temple looks like you never seen him like super defeated, but he's really down.
I guess I'm going to open the note.
You get to the wax seal, and it doesn't budge.
Were we given this? Okay. Oh yeah, we were given this by the mural, right?
Yeah, by the mural.
Yeah, Temple will say he found
What
it by the mural.
symbol? What symbol is on the seal?
Oh, it's absolutely a symbol of Sirk. It's prominently displayed in multiple places, so it's not. I feel like I don't need to make you roll for that.
Maybe
Rose gets a stupid idea, but carry on.
What? Oh, Tim was gonna suggest maybe we gotta deliver it to the guys who told us to go to the other guys.
Possibly. Alternatively, she's going to like hold the note up a little bit closer and take the symbol of Hades off of her collar and try to pry that underneath the wax.
You feel like you get like a tiny bit of purchase, but that it still ain't budging. It's better than trying to use your fingers, though.
Oh no, she was just thinking that the collar was put on her by a god, so maybe if it's a god's tool, it might bypass whatever's keeping the wax there, even if it's not meant for that purpose.
Yeah.
Rose, I like the play of words you did.
What?
Carrion, and the title of the stream.
Yeah.
Wait, what's the? Oh, Carrion. Oh,
Carrion call.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Upside though, I do have full second wind right now because I had actually drifted off a little bit until you said something.
All right. So you all want to continue with the tomb, but I have another question too. Zimboy me Bob, what have the twins been getting up to?
Yay!
Well, mostly just waiting for morning.
All right.
And
well,
munching on the delicious
and munching on Vest's stolen bread.
Yes. Though, if we are going to switch over to them, I'm going to go ahead and split up the recording real quick.
All right.
I was going to.
I don't want you sitting here. Yeah. Go ahead.
What'd you do today? I ate one.
That was about.
I was going to do that in like 20 minutes anyways, but yeah, just because this session tends to run long.
Tends to.
Yeah. So thank you everybody for joining us so far today for Ascent to Ascend Pathfinder. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Twitter, Patreon, and more. They're on the website as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Thank you to my patrons, tippers, and subscribers. It is because of your support that I'm able to continue bringing these streams to you all. I cannot do this without your guys' help and support, so thank you. Consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. It's one of the best ways to support the channel, though you can also do so by grabbing some merch over at zgfgaming.store, grabbing some packs of cards through Stream Loots, or sending a treat through TreatStream. But for now, thank you so much for joining us so far, and I bid you the most fondest adieu.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye for now.
I still want to stab that paladin.